Small screen.
Here we live.
Okay, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah,
Quadash.
Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim out there that push this word in truth and in sincerity. What we have here going on in March 16th, 2020 is panic, empty shelves, martial law drills, schools are closed down, sporting events are closed down. The gym, as of tonight at 8 o'clock, is gonna be closed.
Tight.
No more gym for a minute. That shit got me tight. But hey man, everything is of the Lord. I'm hoping this is it, man. I'm hoping they lock this bitch down quicker than Alcatraz was locked down, man. You know?
This is Daniel 7:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince who standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was, since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
And that time, it's talking about martial law, man. That time, it's talking about Jacob's trouble. When all hell's breaking, you see all the panic in these supermarkets. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. You got people fighting over toiletries, you know? I mean, it's so ridiculous that now what they're doing, they telling you can't hoard food, man. How can a person, the president was saying this in the news yesterday, don't hoard any food, everything's gonna be okay. That's crazy, man. You know, people going to panic and people is going to, and they're going to do what they have to do, man. But this is basically going into Jacob's trouble, man. So all these people out here, man, they're going to feel a sting, man, you know?
Yeah, pretty much what the media has done is got everybody in a frenzy. It's a whole bunch of fear mongering.
That's right.
And there was a video that's interesting on World Star, how when the Ebola outbreak happened back in 2015 during Obama's run, Fox News was going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Trump is in office, they're telling everybody to calm down. This you have to go based on what you see and not what you hear, right? They're telling us that people are dropping dead from this disease. I don't see none of that.
I don't
see none of that, man. When I was doing the lift, I drove through New Rochelle, drove through the Bronx, no problem. But on the radio, they said 132 cases or 300 something cases and 5 deaths allegedly. And you know what I did? Went on my phone. I said, "What's the population in New York? Almost 9 million. So 9 million people with about 5 deaths.
That's nothing, man. That's like a
That's
drop
like,
in the bucket.
Right. So I don't see a pandemic with my eyes. I don't have any proof of that. What I do see is stores being shut down, people being restricted from shopping. I'm seeing a mock martial law drill, man. Just like when you were in school.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you were in school and it's a fire drill and you have to walk out the building and they prepping just in case it was a fire. This is the same thing they're doing. They want to say, look, when martial law actually happens, how can we control these people? How can we do it? How can we go about it? Can we shut these schools down? And that's pretty much what you're seeing right now. It has nothing to do with the virus. The virus has nothing to do with the stock market. All right?
They're using the virus to cover up the
mistakes.
The mistakes and to cover up the bubble that they created since 2008.
The stock market was supposed to go in a recession over 5 years ago. It's been in a bull market for the past 10 years. So this recession was inevitable. But what they did, as they say, never let a good
crisis go to waste.
Exactly. We could use this coronavirus BS to issue a drill martial law. Bill Gates program spoke about that. It's called Event 201,
mm-hmm.
and you can use that to cover the Fed's fuck up of all the debt they've been issuing, man. Ultimately, it's gonna lead to the collapse of this dollar, man.
What they was doing was pumping the system with fiat currency, which wasn't worth anything, mm-hmm. and now creating a big ass bubble, and now that bubble was popping, and now they trying to bandage it up. How many bandages you gonna put in that on that balloon before it's totally deflate?
Yeah. Well, they want to put duct tape on a bumper instead of replacing the bumper, and because look, if somebody is going bankrupt, let them go bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody's going bankrupt and you say, here's another 5 G's, try to figure it out, and you just keep giving them money, they keep going more and more into debt.
This is the debt-based society. This society was since the 70s has been created on basically debt, man. Debt, man.
Since you said that, let me get Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 2.
Yep.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his.
And that's what Esau is doing right now, man. He's increasing all these riches from around the world and covering all these fields, and it's not his, man. You know? So all these nations are looking at Esau, and they thumbing their nose up to him, you know what I'm saying, and putting the finger up, you know what I'm saying, because they figured it out, man. They been knew it, but they were scared. They was intimidated because they didn't have no weaponry to match the military strength of the United States, but now they do. So now they thumbing their nose up at America, man, and they making mockery of America, you know? Such countries like Iran, such countries like Pakistan, these nations, India, these nations never lifted up a finger against America. Now they're starting to do so, you know? China, North Korea. Since when North Korea, which is a proxy army of the Chinese government, started bucking up against the United States, man, doing what they are told not to do. Yeah, bro.
It says, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
And that's what Esau, that's what the American government is doing. Because this is a debt-based society since the 70s, man. Since they created the credit cards, stop pushing credit cards out, man, to get people in total debt, you know?
Yep.
Making them debt slaves, you know? Because that's exactly what they are, you know? Because they paying off the interest. They're not paying off the actual loan that they got or the actual debt that they in. They paying off the interest to the debt. That's like mafia tactics, man.
Yeah, it's a debt-based society. You can't get anything without debt. For
That's
instance,
right.
if you could have $250,000 in cash right now, Ak, and I could have good credit and no money. Who's gonna walk out the car lot with a car?
Me. I mean, you.
Me.
That's right. Me.
Because-
I'm not.
Because when you go to a car and when you go to purchase a car, they're not selling cars. They're selling loans. That's how come when you watch those car commercials, they never say you could buy this car in full. It's this much per month, that much per month. The car dealership's job is to sell you a loan that they, in turn, sell to the bank, and the bank get their profit by the interest. That's what's happening.
Well, the car belongs to the bank. They sell the car to the bank. The dealership sell the car to the bank, and the bank loan you the money. And you got to pay the bank back. If you don't pay that back, they're going to put a boot on your shit, and they're going to tow your shit away, man.
You could try it. You could go on cash. Like I got $50,000 right now. Give me this car right now. They can't sell it to you.
Well, they was doing that in the 80s, but they put a stop to that shit. Them drug dealers was doing that, man, dropping 100 G's down and getting what they wanted. But now they stopped that, man.
Yeah, if you know it's a debt-based society, and if you're skillful enough, you could use debt to your advantage. I know it sounds weird, but if you know how to maneuver through the society with that whole credit score situation, for instance, you know, open up a card and cut it off right away, and if you know how to maneuver, and it will behoove you to learn how to maneuver with credit, man, because if you ever want to make any type of large purchase and you have no credit, you're fucked, even if you have the money. So, you know, think on that.
And another thing about this credit shit, you know, I had a credit card. This is years ago. That's why I stopped fucking with credit cards. I got a credit card, and they gave me like $2,000. That was the max. So what I did was I bought some furniture. Back then, shit was much cheaper than what it was now. So I bought a little furniture from my apartment, got me a nice little TV, you know, and I paid them back quick. When I got my income, I paid them back quick. And they told me that, and I'm thinking I'll pay my shit back, I'm gonna get more credit. Nah, they was like, nah, man. Nah, bro, you ain't getting that. That's not how it works. You got to pay the minimum, or at least a little bit above the minimum. You know, I'm like, what?
Because they gotta get some profit.
So I'm like, yo, that's what she told me. She was like, what you doing is not benefiting us. You having more credit is not benefiting us, especially if you paid off the way you paid it off. I'm like, what? I ain't know that. I ain't understand the credit system then.
Yo, search your phone for usury, yeah.
Come on.
In the scriptures.
Usury, okay.
Yeah, because that's what that is. Interest. You're not supposed to loan something with interest, all right? In fact, we have a year of Jubilee where you break that off if somebody's been in debt too long. But in this society, man, interest rate is fucking up everybody, man. From whether it's student loans, all these different loans have been killing people. Right now, interest rates are at 0. So now's the time to really borrow if you can borrow. If you have the money and you just want to pay it off quick, you do it now because interest rates is at 0.
Usury is what? U.S.
U-S-U-R-Y.
Right, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
No, I say E. U.S.
So good. Yeah, so in the Fed, look, man, if you understand the scriptures and you understand what's going on, you can use certain situations to benefit yourself now. I
got it right here. This is Exodus chapter 22, verse 25. It says, if thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury.
You're not supposed to lay usury upon your people, all right? I can't say, yo, here's, $50, but I want $100 back. You can't do no shit like that. That's wicked, man.
Yeah, that's what Esau
right?
does.
That's wicked. You're supposed to, okay, Give me back the money when you have the money. Right now, I mean, if, you know, back then in the ancient times, you might have been a little bit skeptical on the year release. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know, but they tell you not to be like that. You gotta, if somebody need it, lend it to them. You know what I mean? But people be like, "Oh, listen, man."
But know to whom thou givest, man.
That's right.
Yo, Jacob supplant your ass, man.
People like, yeah, that's what they was doing. That's what Jake was doing.
You know, niggas gonna go around begging on the day of release, man.
Yeah, man. On that year, you know, it's a year of release. You're like, damn, the year of Jubilee is coming up next year. Let me be easy who I lend it to, because this guy's gonna wait, and then, you know, he gonna be clear of the debt. I mean, I'm gonna be out of that money, you know.
Yep.
So that's what Jake was doing, man. But it's more on the usury. I'm gonna bring out some more on usury, unless you want to bring some more out. Something else.
Go ahead, bro. Let me see what the precepts they got here for verse 6. They got here.
All right. It says all right. Here we go. This is Leviticus chapter 25, verse 36. Take thou no usury of him, or increase, but fear thy power, that thy brother may live with thee. Hey, and it says a few more. It says with thee. It says, thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. Hey, man, like he said, man, you know, I lend you $100, man, but I want $130 back. That's usury. That's wicked. You're not supposed to do that, man. But Esau does that. That's how he gets rich. This system is based upon credit, man, and most people are drowning in debt because they cannot afford to pay back the credit. They are paying the interest on that credit. You know what I mean? But it's the money that they owe is still there. Let's say you owe $1,000, you paying the minimum of that. They making money off the usury on you, man. They getting paid off your ass, man.
Can you do me a favor and type in compound interest, Einstein? Because Albert Einstein said something very interesting about compounding interest.
Compound interest. Okay.
Compound interest, Albert Einstein. Because that's what Esau has done to get himself an enormous amount of wealth, man, and put a whole bunch of people
in debt
that you can't get out of, no matter how much hard you try. Go ahead, Al.
Compound interest, Albert Einstein.
According to Wikipedia, compound interest is the addition of interest to the principal sum of a loan or deposit, or in other words, interest on interest.
Interest on interest. That's compounded interest.
That's
so
what he was doing, man.
Yeah, so he pretty much you got the quote Albert Einstein when he said about it or no? Like if you scroll down Albert Einstein, you see
it should be. Let me see.
Pretty much.
Let me just get it.
See if you can find that real quick.
Here you go. Compound interest, Albert Einstein. That's right here. Okay.
There's a quote from that devil Einstein. Go ahead, Al.
Albert Einstein famously said that compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe. He said compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. That's so deep.
That's so true. Compounded interest, if you understand how it works, you can get money off of it. I keep mentioning the stock market situation, right? You know, you have certain stocks that pay dividends. Meaning, so when you put money into it, it's going to add money to your money. And that new money is going to add money to that money. That's going to keep adding, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's if you understand it, if you're using it to your benefit. Now, if somebody's putting that shit upon you, so all right, so I loaned you, you bought 100 from me, right? And I said, give me back 130, right? But with interest upon interest, now that 130 will become 160.
That's right.
And then on 160 will become 190. Then 2, you know what I'm saying? Because it depends on that interest.
On the interest rate, yeah. How you charge them the interest.
Yeah, so if you put compound interest upon somebody, it will destroy you. But if you know how to use it to your benefit, that's why people use compounded interest to like something like how can I the stock market is the best thing I could think of right now. That's the main thing people do. They pump when you pump money into a stock and it's going up, it could go up 40x. And if you have dividends upon it, every time it goes up, they put interest upon your money.
And you know, another things is like with this interest rate, they give you 0 interest rate in these banks, man. So you got your money in the bank, man. It's just sitting and collecting dust.
Actually, if you put your money in the bank at 0 interest, you're losing money.
Exactly, you're not getting
inflation.
Anything. That's right, exactly.
Inflation,
bro.
But if you put a 30-year bond on your money at 0% interest rate, you'd have to lose money over the time by the time it's to collect it because of inflation.
It says, check it out. It says, this is, you know, more on Albert Einstein. He says, who am I to argue with such a smart guy? Because the smart guy like Warren Buffett and all them international bankers, the elites, they are getting paid off interest, man. They're getting paid off of people's misery, man.
They use dividends, man.
That's right.
Dividends investing, man, it's a smart move, bro. Pretty much they pay you just to stay with them. And that new money that they pay you is interest upon debt.
That's right.
But you have Jake, you know, and again, it's a caveat. Be careful about the stock market. If you don't understand it, just be patient, you know. Don't do it unless you know what you're doing. But most people that invest that are smart, they have dividend companies that pay them back for staying with them. So there's times that a company could be going down on a ticker price, but it could still be making money from the dividends, not necessarily the equity value.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you know how to use it to your benefit, you could stack up your bet real fast. You could become a millionaire. You could take 1,000 and turn it into $1 million in 5 years if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you have the interest coming against you, like taking out loans that compound, you could get yourself deeper and deeper into debt, man.
Or you could lose all your money.
Yeah, so meaning if you have a 3-year loan, right? If you take out a 3-year loan and you miss certain payments, that 3-year loan could extend out to 4 years, 5 years, depending on how long you prolong it, because that interest is going to keep compiling.
Now let's get into who invented compound interest.
Go ahead, brother.
It says Albert Einstein called compound interest the greatest mathematical discovery of all times and the 8th wonder of the world. But to make the most of it, you need 3 crucial components: reinvested earnings, monthly deposits, and time. And time. That's it.
Yeah, patience.
Mm-hmm.
You need to pump in more money, and the more money you pump in, there's this dude on YouTube. His name is Joseph Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I watch him. He's an investing guy, and his investment strategy is he has a dividend-based portfolio. Meaning he pumps $2,000 a week into this portfolio,
mm-hmm.
and as he adds money to his portfolio, his monthly dividends in straight cash that he's getting back from the company is going at an exponential rate, even if the stock market goes down. So that's understanding compound interest. Meaning I'm going to get cash. All I got to do is keep putting cash, and you're going to keep giving me money on top of that cash. The more cash I put in, the more cash you give me back. It can also work in the opposite direction. And for the most part, it's going in the opposite direction for most people, because this is a place that's laden with thick clay.
That's right.
Saying?
And most people don't understand the stock market, so they trying to get in, thinking they're going to get rich quick.
Mm-hmm. And they get in at the worst time when everything is overpriced.
And it's an old saying, you know, from my Shababa, is that the best time to invest in the stock market is when blood is running rampant in the street, when blood is flowing in the streets, man.
Well, wait a minute. When JP Morgan put that false narrative and everybody sold out the stock market, that's when he came and bought everything up. Just 2 months ago, I saw a stock that was saying $43. Now that same stock is saying $13. So imagine those people that bought it at 40 something and then dropped down to 13. Did what they buy lose value, or did that sticker price go down? The company itself didn't lose value, but people do irrational things. They see the shit just going down.
They sell it.
You know what Warren Buffett said, man? He said, when you buy a house, do you check the price every day?
Of course.
It's silly, right?
Of course not.
It's the same shit that these people do with that little thing out there, man. That little, you know, it messes with your minds. It plays with your emotions. That's how come the best investors are very temperate. The seasoned ones are tempered. The seasoned ones don't buy when everything is up. That's when you're selling.
Mm-hmm.
When everything is down and people's going crazy, you kind of want to stay down so you can keep getting this sale.
That's right.
Our people, well, since I'm here, let me get Hosea.
Hosea 6 and 4.
Wait, Hosea 4 and 6.
4 and 6 lock in.
You speak for a little bit, I'll get it.
Yeah, man, because basically what we have here is a panic, and these people are not ready for what they have coming, man. So that's why they running these supermarkets and buying up. But then guess what, man? Guess what? You know what I mean? It's hey, man, bottom line, man, we in some bad times, man, but it's beautiful times for us. Bad times for the people, man.
Hosea 4 and 6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Yeah, you know, and people have gone into the stock market situation, gone bankrupt. People have opened up credit cards, not knowing how to manage credit, not knowing how to manage debt, getting a worse situation than they was in before. If you want to build your credit, right, this is what you do. You find out a credit card company that will double the credit card limit over a period of time. As soon as you get that card, as soon as it comes in the mail, you cut the shit.
That's right.
That way you never use it, never be tempted to use it.
That's right.
You know?
But Jake don't have that discipline. Jake get a credit card, man. They're going spending. They're going shopping. Mainly the women, man. And if you got a woman that's like the shop, guess what? She's gonna see that credit card. She gonna grieve you, constantly grieving you. Just go take a shopping, man.
Yeah.
You know. And then what you gonna do? You gonna find yourself in debt, and she gonna be laughing her way. You know, with whatever she got, whatever product she brought. But who gonna pay that? Who gonna pay that back? You. Who gonna be in debt? You. You know, so it behooves you to take that card and click, or they will let them know you got a card.
You want to have good credit, man. If possible, if you know how to do it, it's a good time to have it. Because look, right now, if you had good credit now when interest rates are 0, you could have made some great purchase that you're not gonna be paying interest back on if you get it at a fixed rate. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time to really make opportune moves, man. When the stock market is crazy, when interest rates is low, when people are panicking, that's when you could get a great income on a situation, man. Now when things are peaceful, like I'll give an example, like buying gold. Buying gold is a good investment, but I wouldn't do it now. You know, I'll wait for shit to be calm, because that's when it's cheap.
That's
you
right.
What I'm saying?
that's the ideal thing to do, man.
Like right now is the time to set up certain investments.
And just fall back.
Fall back, let the money build. When shit calm down, that's when you buy gold, because the scripture says peace and safety, then destruction. Right now, we're not in a peaceful time. You got to wait till shit get calm. That's when you get stock up the gold. That's really when you got to collect the water.
That's right.
You don't collect the water when everybody's collecting the water. You know what I'm saying? You collect the water when nobody expects the shit to come.
Well, you just, I mean, especially if you don't like to drink tap water. You buying cases and cases of water. And before you know it, man, if a pandemic or anything happens, you good. You know what I mean?
You know how silly that is? That's like somebody trying to get this truth just when the Lord's about to come back. Oh, what scripture? Like, nigga,
you had all this ample time to do it.
You had the right time. Now is not the time to do it.
You see, but people, let me just say this, man. All this investing and all this hoarding gold and silver and having a large bank account, when that destruction coming, it's not going to save you, man.
It's gonna be vain, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's all going to be vain, man. You know, I tell you that.
Well, no, let's correct that. If you have, scriptures do say money is the defense.
Come.
If you're not delivered, then it's in vain. You know what I'm saying? For instance, if you gathered up all that money and you forsook this knowledge, then that shit was in vain.
That's right.
Now, if you're saving some bread as a security, collecting some gold and silver as a security, nothing wrong with that. Scripture says money is a defense, but you got to make sure you have this thing right here, man.
That's right. This is the overall money that you get to collect, man.
That's it. If you do all that shit and you don't have these scriptures, nothing can save you but these scriptures.
That's right.
This is Hosea 4:6. It says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the ones that have been scattered amongst the other nations, because thou hast rejected knowledge." How they reject knowledge? They might see this video and I don't want to hear these niggas. That's one way.
Or they may walk past us in the streets and start imagining vain things in their mind, or they start fanning their hand or talking shit like that camp shorty, whatever his name you want to call him. Remember that little the older dude, the boy head dude at the inner camp was talking shit.
Oh,
dude is crazy, man. And that's a scoffer and scorner, man. You know, that's a scoffer there, man.
Yeah, demons on him, bro.
Yeah, major demons on him, man. You know, but hey, man, we in that time, man, when them demons are gonna pop up, especially when they start getting warm out here. You didn't see too many demons in the wintertime, but now that it's starting to get warm and the weather's changing, now you're gonna start seeing demons pop up. Just like we saw. That's right. That's like all all winter the brothers in PA was out there. You know, that was Pittsburgh, right? Or PA, but that's where ISUPK did that shit.
Yeah, I think it was Pittsburgh, bro.
Them brothers out there in Pittsburgh all year in the wintertime. All of a sudden the day a little warm. Them guys pop up, you know what I mean? Yeah. On some real taking over the block, on some real Nino Brown shit from New York. What's that again? What was that shit again? When Nino Brown played New Jack City. Some New Jack City.
I wonder
shit,
why
man.
they wanted that spot of all the places, bro.
Man, I think they did that because we was getting on them hard about the John the Baptist thing, man. So what they did was they wanted to have some kind of.
What those brothers did, I heard they kept it spiritual.
Yeah, they kept it spiritual. While they was behind them screaming over the mic, yo, rapists, yo, smoking blunts and getting drunk.
I just go to you somewhere else, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Hey, out of that's
The fuck's the point of fighting over the spot, bro?
I mean, they ain't fight over. They just kept the spiritual. They just.
No, I didn't see it. I'm asking you. I don't know.
They just stood there and and they was bringing out scriptures, bro. But them dudes wasn't bringing out. They said they brought out a couple of scriptures. But they was mainly trying to scream over the ark. You know what I'm saying? The great mill, so calling them rapists and child molesters and and homosexuals, calling them crazy, doing crazy shit, man.
That's how slick this.
Yeah.
No, yeah, brother, that's not new. Because when I was out there in Philly, or the Philly camp a few years ago, these niggas was teaching across the street. We was teaching at Market Street out there in Philadelphia, and then the fucking ISUPK guys was across the street with the microphone.
Were they screaming up the top of their lungs?
I mean, I don't know. They do whatever they do, but one thing I noticed was we was there first. That's what Yakalba told me. He was like, yo, he picked that spot first, and then them niggas came out of nowhere. And sure enough, I think the following week it rained. You didn't see them. These guys are fair weather Israelites, man. It gotta be just right. The wind is blowing. Okay, I'm ready now. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be instant, which
in season,
which in the Greek means present. So you're in school, they call your name present here. That's what the Lord is saying when it comes to this thing, man.
That's right.
Gotta be present. Them niggas wasn't present when it was cold, or you know what I'm saying?
That's why they wasn't out there the next following week when it was raining, because they like, this weather's kind of foul. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna be out there. But as soon as it get nice like this, nice little sun out there, heater, so you can be out there 5 hours, you won't get cold, you won't be uncomfortable. Them dudes is out there, man. They like comfort, man. You know, they like to be, like the brother that said, the weather have to be perfect.
And they need an audience.
They need
an audience, man.
When it's brick, there's no audience. People coming and going. Man, I ain't trying to be out there. They may stand for a couple of seconds and see what it's about. They ain't out, man.
But the Lord told Ezekiel, prophesy until it win, man. When you have something that's valuable, you don't need somebody to tell you it's valuable. If you threw me on some remote island and the island had gold there, and you like, yo, this is gold, but they don't know what it is. It's like, okay, that's just a shiny rock. No, this is gold. This is gold. They're not listening to you, but you know that you have gold in your hand.
You gonna rack up all the riches you can
don't give a fuck what nobody tell you. You got gold. You don't gotta collect pears and whatever. You got gold. And it's the same thing with this. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with this word. We don't need to listen to no other camps, and this is the gold right here. But they just can't see it. Most High blinded them. It says, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no more priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I'll also forget thy children. That's fair, man.
Yeah, the hell yeah.
That's pretty much saying, look, you say fuck me, I'm gonna say fuck you. That's balance, man. And that's what all the children of Israel have done, man. They put the law, statutes, and commandments behind them to do whatever the fuck they want to do. That's right, brother. Reprobate silver shall call them. Them niggas is Fugazi Silvers, man. They have the appearance of Israelites, and they put on the whole shit, the microphone, and it's really all an act, man. No prophet is going to legitimately believe you could have anal sex with a woman, period. No man of the Lord is going to say that, man. And these niggas have gone so far, let me calm down, because, the Apostle of the Heart said, let's not get too personal. But these men have gone so far to say John the Baptist is just some regular cat. He was in the truth for a little bit, he fell out. You know what I'm saying? Madness, man.
You see how the Apostle Tahar tell us to be spiritual and just cut people with the scriptures and don't get personal, right? But what them guys in UPK was doing the other day, man, to them brothers out in Pittsburgh, they was getting real personal and accusing them of putting false accusations on them like they always do. That's the main thing they like to do, bring out some rape doctrine, which is totally in the scriptures. And how many times we brought it out? But it goes into one end out the other. Why? Because the Most High is not dealing with them where they can comprehend and see it, man. Spiritual. They have their spiritual eyes open and see it. They can't see it, man. That's why they constantly bring that out, man. And not near man and Great Millstone have ever raped anybody, man, especially a little kid. Why? We'd be under the jail, man. They don't play that in the society, man. This is Esau's kingdom.
Oh, so since you said that, I got something for you. Since you said this Esau kingdom, we ain't gonna do that bullshit. This is Romans 13:1.
Come.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher power.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher power. Who's the higher power? Powers. Who's the higher powers in this society, man? It's not Esau the higher powers, but there's a power above him. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and back then Paul was talking about the
Romans.
Because what's crazy? When Yahushua came, they thought that was the end of the Roman Empire.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They thought it was. You gonna say something?
No, I was going to say because they was doing that because they actually Yahushua, he's going to restore the kingdom to them. So they thought it was going to be the end.
They thought it was going to be the end back then. They thought when the Lord came back, oh, that was it. It's done. You know what I'm saying? So when the Lord didn't come back and do, to bring the chariots and all that caused a lot of dudes to put the Lord behind his back. because they wanted to physically take down the Roman Empire, man. They thought he was gonna come like Judas Maccabees on some angelic type level. He will, but not now. It wasn't that appointed time back then. Now is the time. He's gonna still take down the Roman Empire, but the revived Roman Empire. You know,
which have taken control, because the ancient Roman Empire didn't have control of the whole total of their control of the known world at that time.
Facts.
So this empire has control over the whole known world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It says, "Let every soul." You got a dip?
No.
Okay.
I was just getting comfortable.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High.
That's right. So every man that's walking on this earth has to be subject unto the higher powers, man. Whether Esau, the wrong seconds, I'm jumping the gun. Well, right now the higher power is Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah? But he has a particular nation in charge of his world, of his planet. You know what I mean?
The wicked, which is the sword, Esau.
That's right.
It says, the powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
The powers that be are ordained by the Most High. So Esau being in the rulership seat, whether it's like in the seat of rulership, he has been ordained. He's been put there by the Most High.
Yeah.
The Most High set up the basis of men to rule over in this kingdom. I'll tell you that in Daniel, the 4th chapter, the 17th verse, 4 and 17. This decrees by the watchers, it attempt at the Most High ruling from the kingdom of men.
Esau has a purpose. You know, Esau's role is to be a villain. You know, how pissed off would you be if you bought a video game and there's no boss at the end? It's just, okay, that shit is done. Nah, man, there has to be a story or plot. Okay, I have to kick this dude's ass to get to the boss and knock the boss out. So Esau has been set up in the role of the boss, and Yahushua's gonna come and kick his ass. You know what I'm saying?
As the crime boss.
Yeah.
Remember, was that Spider-Man, the crime boss?
Yeah, whatever. Fucking the final boss in Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? They always have a story like, okay, you got to beat up his goons and take his ass out. So the Most High set up the whole chess piece. You know what I'm saying? So Esau's doing his role as being a perfect devil. Verse 2. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power. Give examples of that, brother. Black Panthers.
Blackstone Rangers.
All this type of shit.
You got these gang banging nuts I had called the Bloods, the Crips. You know,
teaching Israelites how to shoot AK-47s.
Yeah, man, crazy shit.
Yeah, come on, man. It says, "Whosoever resisteth the power." Try to get me so down. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High.
Because the Most High set everything up, man. The Most High put everything in order how he wanted to be ran.
Exactly.
And Esau is running the society right now. He's in the driver's seat. Yeah. But soon he's gonna be snatched and kicked out and put in the back of the trunk. Not in the back seat, but in the back of the trunk.
If you want to say, look, man, I want to go around in front of Rothschilds and snipe them, you got demons on you, all right? Because the scripture says, no, the scriptures tell you that rebellion is as a switch of the sin of witchcraft, right? And you just talked about order, which is ordinance. You going against order,
you're gonna get put down, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because the scriptures tell you that obedience is better than sacrifice. It's not your job to take out the Rothschilds, and Yahushua got a set appointment job for that, man. That's and when we have the spiritual power, everything in its due season. So it's better to listen than to offer sacrifice.
That's right. See, the honest of things right now is Esau being in his power. See, Esau doing what he like to do, man. Esau.
You want to turn that down?
A little bit. Esau is the man in the society right now, man. Because he who owned the gold make all the rules, man. He owned lock, stock, and barrel, the money system, man. He created this new system that's called, it's not new, it goes back to the ancient Babylonians, but they got the same concept from the Babylonians, which is called ancient Babylonian money magic system, and where they create money out of thin air. And that's why you see all this fiat currency out here, and they created a big bubble, and now this shit is popping, and now Esau is running around like a goddamn chicken.
You can't lower interest rate if your money is backed by gold. Interest rates are super high, which is good. That restricts the amount of borrowing. Because go ahead, brother.
Like, yeah, you right there, bro.
Yeah, because the dollar one time was backed by gold, meaning it was a bond. Like you took this to a bank and you had X amount of such in silver, X amount of such in gold. Now, the reason you can't drop interest rates with you can't drop interest rates if your money is backed by gold, because if you drop interest rates, that means I could get more gold for
this
less dollars.
for this bill. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
but gold is a finite supply of
That's
it.
right.
It's not an infinite supply.
You
know what I'm saying?
see, but these Rothschilds, what they did was they went back into the Babylonian system, and they had money. They say they had let's say they had $2 million worth of gold and silver. What they would do is they would create dollars, more money than what they have to back it up, and then they would push it out to the people, and then charge them interest on that money that's really backed by anything, man. And then when people, and this is called a bank run, when people come back everybody at the same time trying to get their money out the bank, and we don't got here, man. So hey, what the hell we gonna do now? You know what I mean? So that's how shit is ran, you know?
Yeah. Well, in this society, since the government is fiat, you could give everybody a whole bunch of money. You could all of a sudden everybody in the United States could wake up with 7 zeros next to their account. what would that do? That would hyperinflate your currency.
That's right.
Well, they can literally do it now. You can't do that when the thing is backed by gold, because gold's a tangible asset, and the price of gold and silver is severely undervalued, man. It's severely undervalued. There's no way, because there's one point that gold stood still for like 6 years, bro. The price of gold stood still for like 6 years. Meanwhile, these niggas are still pumping more and more money into the economy. That doesn't make any sense.
You got more?
Yes, it says, whosoever therefore resisteth the powers, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist it shall receive to themselves damnation.
Yeah, you're gonna get put to death, or you're gonna get locked up, you know. So we're not out there committing no kind of you know, sexual deviant acts like rape. You know, in this society, that's like a deviant act. You know what I'm saying? We don't rape little girls. You know, we're not out there, you know, doing all kind of fuckery, man.
Like, I fuck them. Like Poor Shorty said,
look at him.
He took off my clothes with his eye. He unclothed me with his eye. Remember the bitch said that?
Yeah.
You might look up and down like, damn, girl. And so, you know what? Some of them might like it. I mean, some of them might be proud, but some of them might be like, yeah, you know?
Yeah, you know, but
don't physically go ahead and physically take their clothes off and shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna do that, man. But you know, if they look good, man, and she's working out and she's doing all kind of crazy shit and bending down in front, I'm gonna look. So you thinking I'm undress you with my eyes? You damn real, man. You damn real. But anyway, you know.
Bro.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. We going back to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we ought to measure the times, man. We see what's going on, and that's why. You know, the name of this lesson is mock military drills, man. No, mock martial law drills.
Yep.
They prepping, man. They closing everything down, man.
Just look up Event 201. It's the same thing.
Event 201, and then they got something called ID 2020, where they pushing. I saw that on Richie from Boston, that this brother Gabar from Gabar put up. And
they're saying that they got the vaccine, by the way.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That they have the cure to the vaccine, and they're gonna push it through that off of the microchip. They're gonna push it. You need to take this vaccine, this vaccination. Why all of a sudden they came up with this? Oh, there's not enough coronavirus testing. You know what I'm saying? You know, going on. We don't have enough. And all of a sudden they got these stations gonna be hooked up by Walgreens, CVS. What's the other one? Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid. All these so-called
pharmacia, witchcraft.
Pharmaceutical places that sell a lot of drugs, which is nothing but witchcraft, that the brother said, man.
You know what they said they was working on too, bro? And which is another way they could institutionalize the chip, is they're working for a universal vaccine, a vaccine that you take it cures everything, and the chip could probably do that. But you take the chip and you're done, man.
Yeah, but is it a coincidence that at the same time the stock market is collapsing? Where they want to do what they would do with the paper currency and bring forth a digital currency, and at the same time they pushing this fear mongering tactic of, because the only thing that's pushing it is the media.
If you have that Robinhood app, you have a section that says cryptocurrencies. One of those cryptocurrencies is called the Ripple, and that's what certain people believe that the U.S. government is going to make the official currency, the Ripple. So I try to buy some. But you can't.
Nah, they ain't gonna let you. Or at one point in time, people thought it was gonna be the Emerald. They got coins called the Emerald, where they got what is it? Canada, United States, and Mexico together. Remember that Emerald?
Yeah. Everything is going digital, man.
Everything. So it's not gonna be a currency that you can hold in your hand. It's gonna be an actual digital currency. That's why they doing away with this system. It's not a. At the opening bell this morning, before pre-open markets, the shit collapsed 2,400 points off the top, man, before it even opened up, man. Showing you, man. Showing you, man. People are scared, but also, I mean, you got to look at it this way. I'm hearing reports of bank runs, man, in New York City. You know, where people was trying to get their money at the bank. I'm saying plenty, at an alarming rate, which happened in the 1929 stock market crash, and that's exactly what they said on the news this morning. This is similar to what happened in October of 1929 with the stock market crash. Man, everything is collapsing, and people were, and that's why they set up all these soup kitchens. Now they're worrying about they're closing all the schools, man. So something is going down, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna just come out flat out and say it. You can learn from history. This whole stock market crash is definitely orchestrated by those that have power. Because, like, all right, for example, I'm gonna give this example again. You got Amazon stock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just a few months ago, it was traded for $2,200 a share, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going down to $1,600. And every time I check the Robinhood, Wall Street Journal is pushing the coronavirus heavy.
That's right.
Who owns the Wall Street Journal? Jeff Bezos.
That's right.
This guy wants his stock to go down so he could buy it up at a cheaper value. And they do this shit over and over
and that's how they become billionaires, man.
They use something called the vicissitudes of life. That's what Charlie Munger calls it, all right? They use some catastrophic outside event. I'll give you another vicissitude of life. September 11.
That's right.
When September 11 happened, stock markets plummeted like crazy. Everybody thought it was going to war, which, we thought that too at the time, right? And you know what these niggas did? They bought a whole bunch of stocks that had nothing to do with September 11th.
That's right. Rex 84 too is another one, man. Mm-hmm. And Operation Garden Plot, man. Dealing with all martial law, man. See, people don't know these things, man. There's another one that I was thinking about before I slipped my mind real quick. In 1929, right? Not 1929. In 1913, they used Woodrow Wilson to solidify this central bank system in America, right? And
the Federal Reserve?
Yeah, the Federal Reserve, yeah, which is not but a central bank of the United States.
Private central bank.
Yeah, private central bank.
It's not with the United States. They're their own entity.
Exactly. So is the Federal Reserve. It's their own entity. It's not owned by it's Federal Reserve as much as federal is that tree over there.
Federal Express.
That's right.
It's Federal
But anyway, the elites at that time, J.P. Morgan Chase, and all in particular the Rothschilds.
Yeah, J.P. Morgan was a Rothschild puppet. The dude had an IQ of he wasn't smart.
All these J.P. Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, all them those are the ones that orchestrated the stock market collapse, man.
J.P. Morgan started Morgan Stanley.
Yeah, J.P. Morgan and all the rest of them bankers back then on Jekyll Island, they orchestrated the 1929 stock market collapse, man, and they benefited off it royally, man. They stole everything from the people, man. Exactly what they did in 2008, and exactly what they're going to do right now, man.
And exactly what they're doing right now.
That's right.
They're creating a false bank run, man. You people can't see it. Why you keep doing the same shit over and over?
Because these people they fucking too dumb to realize they dumb. I'm not going to curse. I don't want them to flag the channel or anything, but they are too dumb to know that they're dumb, man. And it's the same recurrence thing happening over and over and over.
You only lose money in the stock market when you sell off at a loss.
And that's exactly, and that's
what they cause you to do. They scare the fuck out you. They drop it to 1/4 the price. You're scared, and you sold out your loss.
And now that you sold it right. Soon you sell it right. He like this. Okay, let me get that.
Yeah.
Let me get that.
Yeah.
Let me get that.
You know what Warren Buffett said? Warren Buffett said sometimes you want to sell off. Here he has all the money in the world. He says sometimes you want to sell off. Why he says that? Because he has so much money. When he sells off, he could plummet.
He gonna create a panic.
He's gonna plummet the stock, cause more people to sell off,
and then he gonna buy their shit. Whatever they sold, he gonna buy their shit.
It's real simple. Like, it's just bro. It's not that complex.
It's a real deceptive tool they use over and over and over again to get you people that have no clue what's really going on to bug out, man.
I just used Jeff Bezos, the same guy that's pushing the coronavirus, that's driving his own stock down, is buying up more of his own stock at a cheaper price. They do this shit over and over, man.
And it's just that simple. But you ain't gonna get it. The average person ain't gonna get it, man, because it's not meant for them to get it, man. It's a private club, and only a few in that club, man, that's gonna get that, man. And only a few selective. It's like a group of men that's really benefiting from all this coronavirus crisis and all this panic and mass hysteria that's going on. They created it.
Yeah, when there's a real pandemic, because the Mossad is gonna bring a real fucking death. There's no mask you put over to stop it, man. You're not gonna need any news for it. You're gonna see people dropping dead in these streets, man.
Hey, before you say that, right? We was in the gym the other day, right? And a particular guy in the gym that was working out for us kept on spraying everything down. All right, you spraying it down, but he was like, yo, You know, I didn't think black people could get the coronavirus. You know, he was all nervous about the coronavirus, man. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? But I'm saying it in my mind. And then after a while, I got tired. I said, yo, listen, man, if the Most High wants you dead, man, if this coronavirus, man, you're going to go. I mean, you're going to go. There's nothing you can do about it, man. All the spraying down in the world, all the masks, everything you doing, man, to prevent that. If the Most High wants you dead, you dead, bro.
Yeah, man. If somebody died from a flu, a healthy person dying from a flu,
Most High wanted you dead, man.
but that's like how fucking unlike. You have to already be fucked up, jacked up for a common cold to kill you, man.
And exactly, and your immune system gotta be jacked up because your immune system is right here, you know, in your belly, man.
Well, that's why you can't be ignorant of Satan's devices. Because guess what? You people are going out there and overusing hand sanitizer, actually weakening your immune system, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a crutch. Anytime you use a support like a back brace, it weakens the back because it's too much support. You keep putting all this hand sanitizer on 24/7. All you're doing is weakening your immune system.
That's right.
Man.
Basically, what you need to do, all you need to do is eat horseradish root, drink turmeric, eat garlic, eat greens, keep your immune system built up strong, man, so you can be able to,
A healthy gut.
Yeah, that's right.
Stuff like that.
That's right, man.
Got some 1 Corinthians 2:11. Not 1 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians.
Yeah, you know what I'm going at.
Con. And we not ignorant of what's going on right now, man. That's why we bringing these scriptures out, man. That's why we doing this show, man, to let you know how they manipulating the stock market, what they're prepared to do, Yeah, bro, you got it.
2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Let's Satan, which is we're not talking about the spiritual demons, Satan. We talking about the physical counterpart on earth, Satan, the so-called white man. They are getting advantage of these people, man. Why? Because they're ignorant of his devices. They keep
did the same shit with Venezuela.
They keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and they making it seem like they're against Donald Trump. They're not against Donald Trump. They're all on the same page, man. But they're making it seem that way, man. Why? To have you people, that's dividing the society, man, in half, man. Because these people, everybody hate Donald Trump. But you didn't hate George Bush, what he was doing, man? What about what George Bush did? What about what Barack Obama did? What about what the presidents before them did? So I heard one dude say that Donald Trump is the worst president that America ever had. I said, yeah. What about the Andrew Jackson, the Indian killer, man, who set up the Indian Removal Act? What about him, man? Oh, that was before my time. I don't know about that. You see what I'm saying? You ignorant of against Satan's devices, man.
Yeah.
Bro, you got it.
And one of the main devices is the propaganda.
That's
Hypothetically speaking, right? Let's say I woke up out of a coma, a 10-year coma, right? And I'm just walking around New York just like now. Things look different. And I go up to you, why is everything closed, bro? I mean, what's up with that? And you tell me, there's a deadly pandemic. I'd have been like, I just been walking around for 2 hours. I didn't see one person cough.
I ain't see one person drop dead or none of that, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you would honestly do. You say, wait, but they locking shit down? What is this, some type of martial law?
I think this is a drill that a mock martial law drill, but martial law means war, like, so it was a mock military drill, which the heck got boots in the ground with these people. It's a beta test, man. Basically, these people are going crazy, scared and everything. But at the end of the day, man, if they lock it down, shit gonna calm down. Maybe it's not.
You gotta look at things without the media. All right. If a stock market price, whatever, drops, right? Let's say this gas company, right? If their companies drop 40% on the stock market, that stock market price went down 40%. Did that company just go down 40%?
Of course not.
No, it's just people leaving that shit,
leaving the company,
you know
selling
what I'm
their
saying?
shares
Out of fear, man. Out of fear mongering, man. That's how they get people.
And they're using the media, which is media is they propaganda tool, which is nothing but a form of bewitching the people, which is witchcraft. They bewitching the people, having the people going with mass hysteria, going crazy right now, man.
Even Israelites, man. I did a lesson and somebody's on a comment boy, man, you should really take this thing more serious, I'm like, bro, I'm in the quote unquote quarantine area. I work in the quarantine. I don't see nobody dying, man. All I see is people running in the shelves, buying a whole bunch of Clorox wipes, fighting over fucking Lysol,
fighting over 4 bag of for the toilet rolls of tissue, fighting over that. Some lady was like, yeah, you can have it, because some old lady came over and started grabbing the rest of them. Give me that, give me that.
But why fight over something that's not in limited supply?
But there was only 2 on the shelf, right? And
but more's gonna come,
bro. I know, bro. But this made me laugh because the lady, she's minding her business, told her she had her earbuds in, and she picked up. It was only 2 on the shelf. I heard her say, "Whoa, I got lucky." and she put one in the shopping cart. And she would grab the other one. The old lady came inside of trying to wrestle it from her, like, give it to me. You got some in there already. You ain't see that video, bro?
Probably like Black Friday. I don't know, bro.
Yo, that shit was crazy, bro. I said, God damn. You know, she was the same, but she was speaking in another language, but I could tell what she was saying, what she was wrestling. She just said, yeah, you can have it. She just let her have it, you know?
Look at this lady, all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
People gonna take that much shit? Like,
yo, that's like the apostle Ramah said. I see people buying toilet tissue and all that, but what about food? You gonna make like the apostle Ramah said, made me laugh. You gonna make a tissue soup?
No, right.
Yeah, you gonna make soup out of tissue? All that tissue you got, but I mean, what about food? What about soap?
Yeah, you could always just boil water.
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking go.
What about food? Chicken.
People do irrational things when they're
Steak.
afraid, man. They do very emotional and irrational things when they're afraid.
I mean, hey man, ain't that much being afraid in the world, man, that I'm gonna go bug out like that and fight over toiletries and just be all disruptive and be all in a panic mode where I'm not thinking straight, man.
Yeah. But, you know, it served its purpose. The coronavirus is serving its purpose for the elites. They want to see how people would act if this was a true pandemic. How would it act if it was a true martial law? Would they do what they tell us? And they get an idea. So when they actually implement this thing, you know?
This could be the beginning stage, because let me tell you something, man. During the time of the presidential election, when the president up for a re-election, something always happened where it was a war. Look at Bill Clinton. You know, with Monica Lewinsky, the scandal.
Every electoral, every new election, there's always a pandemic.
Or something. War breaks out. It was a pandemic. The stock market teetering, you know what I mean?
Ebola back in 2015.
Exactly, man.
Zika was in
the Zika virus, yeah.
And then you had bird flu in 2005.
Nigga, H1N1.
H1N1, that was back when I was in college. Now check this out.
Man,
check this out,
crazy,
bro.
man.
You can pull up the article. Bird flu will kill 150 million. That was an actual article that was put in the media. You know how much people died from the bird flu? 25.
That's it. But but what it is, they're using the media, which is their witchcraft, to bewitch the people, to scare the people, and that's why it was a mass panic. And they lock the shit down, man. So this could be more sinister than what is really being led to believe, because in each of these pandemics back in the days, they didn't do the things they're doing now. So that's what we got to consider.
Yeah, there's not a pandemic, bro.
I mean, it's a false pandemic.
It's not a pandemic, man. This is just a mock martial law drill. That's what it is. This is a mock martial law drill, but we can't say we're doing a mock martial law drill.
But what they do, and they using,
you can't come out and say, look, this is a mock martial law drill. You can't come out and say that. That'd be more slick.
They're using this coronavirus
to. Let me see.
They're using the coronavirus to how can I say, as an excuse for the stock market being the way it is right now. And also they're using the coronavirus and the stock market to lock this place down, man. Because they never locked down schools, they never locked down gyms and all this, and you know, everything that's coming, they lock everything down back to back. But for what? For what? So there has to be a sinister agenda behind all of this, man. Whether they're doing mock military drills, mock martial law drills, or they actually wanna have boots on the ground, and this is going to be the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. Not the beginning stages. It's going to be, you know, it's going up. The antes is going to be up a little bit, you know, and going into Jacob's trouble. Because who's going to be affected more with this right here? Not only most of the public are, but the people that's low income, man. You know, that depend on their jobs. They shutting these jobs down, man. People depend on their jobs, man. To make ends meet, to pay their bills, man. So you send a person home from their job, man, and they only have a little bit limited funds in the bank, you know. Hey man, that's fucked up on them, you know what I'm saying? And then now they send all these government programs to reimburse these people, and where they getting the money from?
That money's not free. That's coming out the taxpayers' dollar.
Exactly, man.
The taxpayers. Yo, welfare is how you destroy a society, man. All right.
It's not free. Nothing in the society is free, man.
Welfare is what they use on the Gad reservations to destroy them. Welfare was also used to destroy the black family. What it does is, well, the scriptures tell you,
it creates division.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. But what it also does, it creates
broken families, division.
Independence, yeah. Because if you have a mother and a father together and their combined income just goes out below that welfare limit, it'll behoove them to not be together, to keep collecting benefits from the government. But that benefit is not free.
Hell no.
All healthcare does is destroy the middle class.
That's right.
It creates a greater gap between rich and poor, man.
Exactly. That's exactly what it does, man. And what's going to happen is, these people are not privy to what's going on. They gonna fall right into that, man. They're gonna fall into that trap. And they think that Donald Trump, what he did the other day, that a tax break or some shit like that, where people gonna get more money. But guess what? So they can spend more money. And guess what? It's gonna come out. You got to pay for that money later on, man. It's not free.
They keep passing on debt to one generation to the next, man.
That's right. And that's how they keep their slaves, man. That's how Esau's a slick, demonic, devious bastard, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they keep they slaves, man, from generation to generation. But see, these slaves are dying off. They old now, so now we got to get new slaves.
Stimulus packages and inflation only benefit those that touch the money first.
And yeah,
if you're the last person to touch the money, you don't get the benefits because everything around you just went up. The cost of living already went up, so you don't even get the benefit of it. So those at the top that touch it first, they get
that cream. The cream from the milk. You don't have real milk.
You get the wine, you get the drugs, bro.
So you ever had real milk when it's first milk from a cow with cream on top of it? They snatched out all that good cream off. You know what I mean? All that good cream off,
and give you an empty bottle of
and give you the dregs of it.
An empty bottle, a few drops of. This is Genesis 3:1, bro. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Well, that serpent, man, that don't mean an actual snake.
Hell no, that was Esau.
Yeah, in fact, you say that, I think it's a snake. You know what I'm saying? You don't mean it's an actual snake. So that fucking snake, he was more under the web than all these other nations. Esau is not no fool, man. He's very wise, like in terms of how to manipulate, control, be deceptive. That was his gift of wickedness that he used, man. Now, you can use that same subtlety in righteous. That's in Proverbs, the 1st chapter. But he uses it on the left-hand nature, man. All right? And as the scripture says, the simple believe every word. So Esau has the media. When you have the media, you could only, when you control the media, you could put out one narrative. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you can only tell one side of the story. All right, so 5 people died of the corona. How many people recovered? Why they never say that number? You know what I'm saying? That's an example of them controlling the narrative.
It says when you tell a lie, they say when you repeat a lie in the media for so long, people will start, believing in that lie, man. And that's exactly what they do, man. This coronavirus, man, and the situation what they have going on right now is all being pushed by the media, man. And they canceling these sporting events now. WrestleMania has been canceled. What else? I mean,
another tactic they could use with the media is you could tell lies, then the truth. So if people are used to you telling lies and you tell them the truth, they think it's a lie. So let's use the Fox News, for example, right? They tell you, look, this coronavirus thing is not serious, but nobody's believing them because they've known to lie. When that's the actual truth, it's nothing serious. You know what I'm saying? So if Esau knowing that, he's like, if he wants to discredit you, he could put your truth with a station that puts out nothing but lies, so nobody credits you. You know what I'm saying? So that's another subtle, deceptive tactic he uses, man. This devil is not a fool, man.
That's why we can't be ignorant of Satan's devices. 2 Corinthians 2:11. We brought that scripture out, man. We can't be ignorant of Satan's devices. This one is the device he like to use, which is the television, man. Which is the media. Also, these newspaper outlets that these elites own.
Wall Street Journal.
The Wall Street Journal was owned by Jeff Bezos. Time is owned by the Fox what's that newspaper that the Post is owned by Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
See, these
people are so, man. You know what? It's not even that people are. I guess people are. It's people that just don't like to research. They just like to believe what they hear. Remember that movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
That's a real dude. Belfort, I think his name is Jordan Belfort. He's a real dude. You know what he used to do? He used to buy penny stocks. Stocks that are like 50 cents, right? And then you have people pay them off in the media. Sid, bring out this news about this stock, that stock. They're about to do a large merger. And people will be like, oh, word, I just got inside information. Go ahead and buy the stock, bubble it up. And you know what he'll do?
He'll sell it.
He have his people sell off. And all those people that bought into
You lost all that money.
Exactly. That's why it's not good to do that shit, man. Just to follow the herd and follow what everybody say. You got to do your own research, man. And a lot of people got trapped with it with the coronavirus. They bought into a lot of biotech stock, or this biotech stock is working on the coronavirus. And I would see it with my eyes. People just buying into the stock. I'm seeing it skyrocket, and they just dump it. And you're stuck. You put $100 in. Now you just lost $100 because the shit done dropped over 120%, man.
And I've seen that watching these stocks, man. How watching the I see it, man. It was like, all right, it was like, all right.
If you go on the stock market just looking at numbers, you'll never get all rich, man. You have to start looking at it as companies.
Yeah, because how it is, because it was a 52-week high. It started at, like he said, $100. Now it's $5. What's the other stock? I'm saying that brother was talking about Mono, something like that. That shit was like $42. Now that shit is $3, bro.
Yeah, basically, the stock. You so get you niggas, man. Easy. So there's $3, bro. There's a stock, I think it was called INVO. Yeah. It's like a medical, it's a biotech stock, right?
Yeah.
And all these biotech stocks were doing was putting something with coronavirus. But they don't know who's making them say that. Insiders are making them say that. People that got bread, because that scheme, even though that dude got locked up, even though the Wolf of Wall Street got locked up, people are still doing that now.
Mm-hmm.
If me and you say, yo, you know what? That gas company is going for 50 cents. My man's control the media. Let's tell them that they just did a deal with BP and Shell and release it. And people was, oh shit, they about to do it and buy it. Meanwhile, we bought it all for 50 cents. And all these people go up in it. I said for you, dump it on them. And that shit just skyrockets down, man.
And that's exactly what happened. Yeah, I seen that shit.
People trying to get rich quick, man. You know what this dude said? Peter Lynch, one of the greatest investors of all time. He said, look, if you want to double your money, take your dollar and fold it in half. Because the ones that became rich off investing, they don't think like Jake, man. They're not in it for a get-rich scheme. They know they're gonna get rich eventually, but they're patient, man. And Jake is impatient.
That's right, dash or impatient, man. And
there's no black Warren Buffett. Well, Jay-Z is now black Warren Buffett because how did Jay-Z go from a millionaire to a billionaire from chilling with Warren Buffett? By doing the same strategy. Jay-Z has the ability to say, yo, Cristal is popping, skyrocket it. Cristal is trash. He could drop it.
He did it with Belvedere vodka.
Let me tell you what he did
with Belvedere.
You know what he did, bro? He did that with Rockaway.
Also, Belvedere too, bro. Remember the Belvedere vodka back in the early 2000s? He could
do that, bro. But who told him that? Warren Buffett. Yo, he was with Damon Dash. They had a partnership with Rockaway. Nigga say, I'm gonna stop rocking Rockaway, man. You know what I mean? I ain't fucking with it like that. That caused Rockaway to plummet in value. Jay-Z bought it at its lowest. And had it skyrocket back up
and then sold it
and then dump it on a nigga. That's the same tactic that's being done right fucking now.
And you know another thing? 50 Cent did that shit too with vitamin water.
Yeah.
Yo, when you learn these tactics, man, that they use, that Esau used, and then Jake, he had learned these tactics, and he'd use it, and they come to his benefit. You know that's how they become rich like that.
Yeah, that works with the stock market. That will never work with gold. If somebody says, yo, that gold right there is $5, my nigga. That gold is $5. I bet I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it cheap. And then they start telling you gold is all different type of price. Nah, nigga, I'm keeping this gold. Nigga, I know what I got.
That's right.
That's how you got to look at certain companies, man. You know, you can't say, look, Visa, let's use a company that, let's use a gas company. Or matter of fact, one of my favorite companies, let's use Lockheed Martin.
Yo, Lockheed Martin, that's a defense contracting company, man. When wartime, that's cool.
Yo, that's yo, you get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Right now.
Or Boeing.
Bro, the value of Lockheed Martin is $500. Right now it's trading for $299. I don't give a fuck what nobody tells me. Lockheed Martin is a prophetic stock. If I got money in there, I don't give that shit drop a fuck to $5. I'm buying more because I know war is inevitable.
That's right.
And when you understand that, that's how you get, you know it's going to go back up. You just don't know when.
Who produced all the bombs and all that, man? You got Lockheed Martin, man.
Lockheed
Boeing.
Martin, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman.
You have there's another one too. It's another defense company too.
So if a brother comes to you, is like, yo,
it's called the real quick. It's on the tip of my tongue. The military industrial complex.
Oh, but that's all of them.
All of them again wrapped up in one.
That's not a stock. Military industrial complex consists of Boeing, Lockheed Martin, right? If I told you could have a piece of Lockheed Martin, you wouldn't be looking at no damn sticker price on no app, man. You just know, look, it's cheap. Let me buy it cheap. I don't know when it's gonna go up, but I know these niggas are gonna go up because World War III has to happen, and that's how you do it. You feel me? You don't go in there like, oh, it's gonna go up next week. You just go up there and let me buy it cheap, and I know it's gonna go up eventually.
You're looking for a get rich quick scheme. It ain't gonna happen.
Work, bro. It ain't gonna work, bro. Nigga Warren Buffett said it. Nigga like, look, if you bought a company, he's like, I just know it's gonna go up. I don't know when. I just know it's gonna go up. But
it may take a couple of years. It may take 5 years. It may take 10 years.
It might take months. You don't know. You just don't. You just know it's gonna go back up. That's all you gotta know. That's all you gotta do to secure yourself that you won't lose.
Eventually, it's gonna go back up.
It has to, right? If it's a company dealing with prophecy, the Most High is gonna use them. That's the bottom line.
Like that space.
Space.
That space. That shit was up $20-something, $30-something. Now bro, that shit is like $12 now. Bro, man.
I saw that shit hit $42 with my own eyes, and now that shit is trading for $10, $12, $13. Is it really valued $10, $12, $13? No, that's just people bringing it down due to their emotions. And the good investors, they see that, man. You could check the value of a company. Last year, this company was valued at $134. Now it's valued at $25, according to the stickers. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't.
No, of course not, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a fucking scheme, bro.
And that's when you buy it. And you know what's so fucked up about it, bro? The fucked up part is, that's why I have to bring out Jose in 406. Our people want to get in the stock market when that same company is 4 times overpriced. That's when they tell them, yo, get in the stock market, son.
Buy that shit, man.
And I was sucker to that. I didn't know. Ignorance.
Everybody, when you first get in,
you didn't know.
I was a sucker to it too. I'm telling you,
get rich.
I was a sucker to it too because I got into that mono stock. I bought that shit. It was like, yo, that shit dropped down, but I still got it though. I'm like, fuck it. Eventually, it may go back up, man.
You thinking it's gonna go up? And that's how Esau got most people, because you know what he
got
did?
Me.
He made it go for 10 fucking years.
Got my black ass.
Bring all of the simpleton money in, which we were one of them. Buying a fucking $6.
Should I say brown ass? Yeah, bro.
Buying a $6 stock for fucking $30, not knowing anything. Meanwhile, the elites, you know what they were doing? The wise investors, they were gathering up money in cash. They were putting money in the stock market, but on cash, not investing it. Just let my cash sitting.
Let my cash sit there, man.
Build, and when it crashes, that's when you just devour.
That's right. That's another. Oh, you just put me on to something, bro. I'm gonna do that. I got some. I'm gonna let it sit there. I got some stock. I'm gonna let it sit there, and then when I see
not the stock, let your cash.
No, let my cash sit there. And then when I see stocks going down, I'm gonna buy that shit. Boop, boop, boop,
right.
boop, and this.
And,
you know what I mean?
You know what's fucked up about it too, bro? Esau's just a devil, bro. Stock market crash, the opportune time to go in, that's when they push the fear out to make people not do it. Right?
That's what they're doing now, man.
But guess what, bro? The stock market only crashed for about a year to 3 years max, right? But it goes up for 10, 20 years. So meaning, by the time you realize, like, oh shit, I should have bought something, like back in 2009, it's already 2020 till the next one. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but now this is a little different now, because
there ain't gonna be no fucking next one.
That's right. That's why I said this is a little different now.
So if you miss out now,
that's it. You're done.
You're done, bro.
Because I can see.
That's it. So if you understand what you're doing now, that's what I'm trying to say. If you understand what you're doing now, fuck with it. If you don't understand, if you think, yo, this is a bit over my head, don't fuck with it, because you lose your bread if you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
But if you know what you're doing, I don't see another stock market crash out. We're gonna be out of here, man. These things happen every decade.
Every decade,
sometime every 2 decades.
Check it out. Notice how 2008 the stock market crashed. Right now, 12 years later, it's doing the same shit. Wow, they manipulating this shit, man.
Bro, that's what it do, bro. If you'd have bought Chipotle in 2009, right? It was $25.
Now that shit is up there.
Now it's $755. Why did it drop? Why did it drop from $750 to $25? Did Chipotle do anything wrong?
Nope.
People's fear and emotion. They was like, yo, the banks are crashing, the banks are going out of business. What the fuck does a bank got to do with Chipotle?
It has nothing to do with them.
And the wise investors know that, bro. That's all I'm trying to say.
And then they got these people, they got Congress to give them bailouts, $20 trillion bailout, $25 trillion bailouts in 2008. And they threatened martial law. Whoa. Check this out. Now they doing the same thing. But now they closing shit down. But back then they didn't close nothing down. See, these.
Let me read this again. Real quick.
I got a point I want to make.
Because it shows the patience of this devil.
Come.
This devil is so fucking patient, man. It says, now the serpent. You have different levels of wisdom. You have monkey see, monkey do. The parrot will say but not understand. Then you get into owls, then you get into a serpent. Above that is a dragon. And what are they known for? Their patience, man.
You got the toll too. That's stubborn.
Yeah. This you want to know what's real patience? Having $140 billion in cash and not buying and not putting a dollar that shit into stock for 6 years. And they asked this dude, they was like, so man, you might not sit on a stock for 6 months? Nigga said you might not sit on a stock for 2 years. Yo, who the fuck think like that, bro? But a
These elites, man.
devil, man. Jake don't think like that, bro.
Jake want the money quick. He want that long haul, man.
But not only does he want it quick, he's gonna blow it quick.
Yeah. The quicker he get it, the quicker he blow it. But now, if you look at this right here, see the serpent is more substyle than any beast of the field, right? The beast represents the other nations. But check this out right here. Check this out right here. Back in 2008, when they asked for this stimulus package, these trillions of dollars being, bet on the banks out, right? They threatened martial law. There's gonna be war on the streets. Everything gonna get closed down. They didn't do it because they got that stimulus package. Now they pumping trillions of dollars into the stock market, but it's not working because somebody's manipulating that shit. You know what I mean? And then now
they're thinking about going negative interest rates.
I say now what they do. See, they wanna have the economy, because check it out. This is what Mayor Amsha Brower said. He said he will allow his companies to go under because he's not gonna feel the sting of it. See, he gonna allow his company to go under, so they're gonna sink the stock market. Then that's when they buy more. But in this particular time, Esau want the stock market to crash, man. Why? Because they want to bring forth martial law, man. They want to bring forth a new digital currency. That's what they doing, man.
That's why I don't think the stock market is gonna crash. I
think it crashed this morning.
The dollar could crash, but not the stock market. Because think about it, all the stock market is doing is just trading digital currency. Esau want to keep that going. That's it. That's
how they use their currency, man.
Hear me out though. Why would you give up the stock market, right? If that's like giving up cow for a glass of milk, you could keep the stock market going, right? But instead of using dollars, have digital currency. And that's
exactly what they do. And they're bringing in a new system.
Yeah, they're not gonna get rid of that, bro. That's their bread and butter. That's how they manipulate people. That's how they control people with that stock market shit. I don't see them getting rid of that. The stock market been around since the slave trade, bro.
Well, that's what
started it.
Well, exactly. But this is what I'm saying. They're not going to get rid of the stock market. They're just going to collapse these currencies all over the world and bring in the digital currency in which the elites are already using.
Yes, you could use it to collapse the dollar, but still keep that shit going with digital. So you could say one day, look, the dollar has collapsed. There's no more dollar. We're going strictly digital, and they can still keep this way. They can still keep the stock market going while still profiting off the ignorance of
And what they're going to do is all the debt you had with the old system is
just transfer it.
You if they might even do this. All the debt that this is a new system. If you take this new system, you agree upon this new system and take this off of the microchip, then all the debt that you had accumulated when the old system is going to be forgiven.
They can do that, yeah.
Of course they could do that, and then
that would encourage people to run and try to get rid of their debt.
Exactly,
so
because
that's a very wise tactic they would do.
Of course I think they would do that. All right, if you accept this off of the microchip,
if you have $1 million in the stock market, you want to keep it, you have to put this chip in you that has your digital currency transfer.
And then if you had a shitload of debt, we use almost to bankruptcy, about to file bankruptcy, we could squash that, and this is gonna be the new system. Everything's gonna be running digital, and you could you could keep the little money you have, and transfer into digital, and then that'd be the new system. Then you'd be good. Your debt be erased, and you can start over. Now you can get that house. Now you can get that car that you wanted.
Cryptocurrency is going to be the way of the future, man. Now, I can't tell you which one. Some people believe, it's all CIA created. You know what I'm saying? The Bitcoin was created by the CIA. That way they could do, the CIA used to do deals in cash.
Well, the cryptocurrency is going to be a way of the future until the Most High whooped Esau's ass and snatch him out of his rulership. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's real soon. So that's why Esau is doing what he's doing. So he have a short time. See, he's doing all this fuckery. Then you have all this skullduggery going on within the stock market, and what they doing across seas, covered in fields and lands. But guess what? He's doing it because he knows his time is short. So he's grabbing all the wealth he could possibly grab, because what they're doing is they're going to go into these outer space retreats and go into these deep underground bunkers with all that cash. And then when all hell break loose and all hell, bro. I know they're gonna do it. That's let me get
Amos. They're gonna fucking leave here in space shuttles and go underground bunkers.
And then with all that cash, and then after when all hell's after everything is fucked up, and they're gonna get out of this and try to start over again with their billions and trillions and zillions of dollars that they done stole from all the people in the world, man.
That's when we're gonna be there waiting.
That's right. We there waiting. You know what I'm saying, to take all that wealth, man.
That's it. That's how it goes. This is Amos 9. I think it's 9 and 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Amos 9 and 2. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them.
Them deep underground military bunkers, man. They call them DUMBs. Deep underground military bunkers, man. DUMBs. And then they got them outer space retreats that they go out there. That's why they constantly
Elysium.
Exactly. That's why they constantly upgrading that space that space station out there, man.
It's gonna come to pass, man. And that's why we invested in space.
That's right. They invest in that space. Invest in space,
man. I put some money in space because these devils are gonna be able to.
Because they're gonna go to them outer space retreats and they're gonna hide themselves with all their wealth. It's gonna be all digital. They're gonna have a bunch of wealth in bags up there, like, nah. It's gonna be all digital, and all the gold that they can't change digital. They're gonna be hoarding that shit deep somewhere. They're gonna hide it, and we're gonna make them find it. We're gonna make them go and get it and bring us. That's gonna be serving our continuing employment to them. You're gonna have a job, Esau. It's not gonna be you have people out here unemployed and and not having a job. You're gonna have a job, man.
And it's beautiful you said that. When you watch the Kaiser report, Max Kaiser, and he has that assistant, and Kaiser and his assistant, that lady, they're bull. When I mean bullish, they mean they're forward. They see crypto being aware of the future. One of the arguments they made was I had $10,000 in silver, she was saying, and I can't carry from country to currency, but I could do that with my crypto wallet. So that's how these elites are thinking. Can I keep all my wealth, but just have a digital version of it? I don't even got to carry cash. So you see, they're working on getting rid of these dollars, which the dollar's not even really worth shit, man. It's almost worth the equivalent of a penny in 1913.
And that's why you see together the coronavirus and the stock market teetering and collapsing, because they're creating a new digital system, and it's gonna be back. This digital system is gonna be backed by cryptocurrency or gold and silver, but it's gonna be digital. Mm-hmm. And you people,
what's the dude of the head of JP Morgan? What's his name?
I forgot his name. You talking about not Morgan Stanley?
No, the current chairman of JP Morgan. He said he's against cryptocurrency, but he's with blockchain, meaning he likes the concept of a digital currency, but he wants it to be federally regulated. And he said he'll fire any of his employees that buy Bitcoin. If you buy Bitcoin, you're an idiot, man. That's a stupid thing to invest in because it has no value. And once the government says, look, this is not regulated, like China did.
It's not, because China did that,
then
man.
you're stuck with nothing.
China, that's why I don't go on with that shit. He give information out, but when he start going into that cryptocurrency shit, that Bitcoin, I turn it off, man. I don't want to hear that, man. He's saying he always yell, I'm Bitcoin rich.
Who says that? Matt Kaiser?
No, Christopher Green from AMTV. Alternative media. No.
That's dumb. You know why that's stupid? That shit could never be currency. Something that's that volatile. One day you wake up, it's worth 10,000. The next day you wake up, it could be worth 0. That will never be currency. Cryptocurrency is a CIA asset, man. They use that shit. You can look up Riggs Bank as a CIA bank. They use that to do illegal transfers. Cryptocurrencies got big because of criminals, man. If you wanted to buy Percocets and weed and all this type of shit online, you use a cryptocurrency where they can't trace you. Who benefits from using a system like that? The CIA, man. They do all these different deals and all these different things and make all these huge purchases with contracts. And they, instead of using something, the dollar, the dollar is good. Dollars are traceable, but they're making them more and more traceable. So they said, damn, what would be more untraceable than dollar?
Cryptocurrency. That's why it's called crypto. Crypto. Encrypted. That's right. Secret. You know what I'm saying? Secret trading.
Good.
Yeah, bro.
It says, Amos 9 and 2, though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, the space program, then will I bring them down. And
how the Most High is going to do that? Do his men that make it? Do with the 1/3 of the governing body of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom. The men that make it to the kingdom, the 1/3, man, the 144,000, the governing body that's going to come back from that New Jerusalem, come out of them chariots. They're going to snatch them out of them space stations, snatch them out of them deep underground bunkers, and throw them in the pit. And after many days, put them to work, man.
So
make them gather all that gold and riches that they got stored and hidden. You know?
Yeah, because if you Google something called an enlightened utopia, that's what the Illuminati, as they call themselves, they have a plan that at the end of World War III, when everything is sticks and stones left, they're gonna watch it fall off and come after and reap up the benefits of the remaining small population. That's how come this Rothschild dude keep egging on to World War III, because they think after that shit is wiped out, that they're gonna control the small masses. But that's when this scripture is gonna kick right into effect. They're coming out the bunkers, they're coming out the state stations, and they gonna completed.
And they're gonna think that, and they're gonna with all they massive wealth they done stole, they're gonna repopulate the earth and start over again. But nah, that's not what's gonna happen, man. In the fullness of their sufficiency, man.
They shall be in straits.
That's right, they're straits, and that word straits mean in a position of difficulty. So you, Esau, is gonna mean you're gonna find yourself in a position of difficulty, man. And you're not getting out, man. You're not getting out. It's only gonna get worse for you, bro. It's only gonna get worse.
Is Job 20 and what was it?
In the fullness of their sufficiency, they should be in straight. It should be Job, like 17 or 16, something around there.
Somebody else out. Maybe Job. Where it says that in Job,
and the fullness of his sufficiency.
You know, the problem is I'm in 18.
It should be in 20.
Let's try 20 and 4. 20 and 18. So check the comment board, see if somebody put it up. I'll find it though. I mean, we could read this. 20 and 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
Yeah, that's Esau, man. He swallowed down all these riches, became rich off covering fields and stealing. And you know, it's in that
Yeah, I'm gonna read 15 and jump to 23.
Read it again, 15.
It says yep, that's it. It says Job 20 and 15. He has swallowed down riches.
And that's the international bankers. They have swallowed down much riches, man, off the backs of the poor, off the backs of these different nations that they go and bring the economic hitmen and use their military to take them by force, take their riches by force. They swallowed down all these riches, man. And they continue swallowing down riches, man. And now they're using the stock market to swallow down even more riches, because these people are going to lose their money. They're going crazy. They settle off in a panic, and who's buying it up, man? Who's buying it up? I guarantee you, like the brother said, I guarantee you within the next month or two, that same stock that was that sold for like $3 is gonna be damn near probably $100, man. You know?
That's when Jake wanna get in.
when you gonna buy $100 stock, and then they're gonna sell off again. Man. Then they're gonna sell off again, and you're gonna lose $100.
That's when they sell off.
Yeah,
that shit is overpriced.
And they see much people was invested in that shit. Those shit that they're gonna get rich off this shit. Okay, we got you.
That dude, Phil Town, one of the investors I follow, he said that he was like, in 2007, he's like, every sign is telling me to get out the stock market. Meanwhile, everybody's trying to go in. That was during the housing bubble when everybody was getting fucking houses and for nothing. This dude knew that the shit was about to pop.
That was a Fannie Mae and
they was giving out subprime loans. Subprime loans is giving a loan to somebody with bad credit.
It was Fannie Mae. It was another one. Another
Fannie Mae something Mac.
Freddie Mac and something like that. It was another one.
Sachs.
Yeah, Goldman Sachs. What they was doing was
this nigga Warren Buffett bought them.
They were selling. They was buying houses. People buying houses. And it wasn't. They didn't have the deed to it. So after all that shit,
people were buying houses that didn't have good credit. They had shit credit. They had subprime credit, but they was loaning it out to them anyways. And
when all that shit collapsed, they had a foreclosure in their shit. Somebody coming in, the feds coming in like, yo, listen, the marshals coming in. You got to get this up. It's not you.
Some dude got very rich off that. I forgot his name. They made a movie about him, but when he went through it, he's like, yo, all these fucking people are getting approved for houses. So what he did was he short the housing sector. When you short the housing sector means you're gonna bet that this is gonna go down eventually. And when this shit happened, just like how I'm betting right now that Lockheed Martin is gonna go up, I just don't know when. He did the same shit with the housing market, but a whole bunch of different ones. He just knew. He don't know when. He just knew it was gonna go down. I know Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, all these war companies, they're gonna go up. I just can't tell you when, man. I could tell you this too. Gas companies are gonna go up big, man. All right, because gas right now is cheap, but there's gonna come a time when there's gonna be gas shortages, man. People are gonna be in the streets, literally can't get fucking gas.
That's right.
And that same gas company that's been down for the past 5 years, you're gonna see that shit skyrocket. Gold as well, man. Gold as well.
That's right.
When people can't use dollars and shit like that,
they're gonna start using the barter system, which is gonna be the new trader system for now until Esau find a way to get his hands on that.
If gold goes up $1,000, then a gold stock goes up damn near $1 billion.
So
So when you get the money in the stock, you buy actual gold. Not the other way around.
That's right. They got physical gold that you can buy, and then they got
That's it. The Big Short.
They got paper stock. I mean, paper gold. That you got XYZ's much money of gold on paper.
You could invest in a mining company that has gold. When gold goes up, that mining company goes up exponentially, even far greater than your profit would be in actually holding gold. So when you get that huge profit, then you go out and buy actual gold.
You sell it off and you buy
actual gold.
Actual gold.
Not all your shit.
You sell off some of it, you know?
Some off it, then you go buy actual gold.
And keep it.
Gold is not meant to be flipped. You know, I think Jake might think that you buy gold to flip it. You don't buy gold to flip it.
You hold on to that shit.
You buy gold to secure. It's a security. I've made this much money. Let me get it in gold. So no matter what happens, I've had this much money in gold. People don't buy gold to really flip the gold, man.
You can't flip gold.
Yeah. Yo, I bought. You know when I'm gonna get the money back for this gold bracelet? In about 10 years.
We ain't got 10 years.
But of course we don't got 10 years. I know. But the point I'm saying is, this thing takes about 10 years to fucking go up, for you to get your money back, for you to break even. Stocks don't do that. You could buy a stock 1 year and it could 10 times by the next year. That's like I'm of all investments, whether it's housing, whether it's gold, silver, all that. The stock market beats them all, man, in terms of growth over time. Long term, it beats them all.
That's right. See, people don't know, man. Say, man, Esau is a subtle bastard, man. That motherfucker.
Look, man, me personally, now I don't think I know Esau don't want you to know that, man, because they don't teach it in school.
Of course not. They don't want you to know that. They want you to be ignorant, man.
It's actually, if you study it, it's not that complex. It's not a complex thing, man. It's not some super. You hear these dudes these billionaire guys that got billions off that shit. They're not super deep, man. They're telling you something simple. Buy a company that's on sale. That's all they're telling you. Buy something that's on sale. Don't worry about when it's gonna. Just buy it on sale, and eventually you get your money back. It's that simple.
Most of these Edomites ain't smart, man. They just knew how to manipulate, how to get, and they got in.
Gotta manipulate shit, bro.
And they got in at the same. They had the little money to buy something, and they got in at the right time, and now look at them.
In 2001, when the Twin Towers fell, right? You don't need no manipulation to know that.
Lockheed Martin.
To know that. Wait a minute, this thing is still valued. What is valued? You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with war. For example, what does McDonald's got to do with 2011? 2000, nothing, right?
But that stock fell.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a deep concept. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a deep concept. It's just when you're seeing things go down, when you're seeing red, you're thinking you're losing, but you're not really losing, man.
At all.
You just have to be patient.
And that's what they don't want you to do, because most people lack patience when it comes to money, man.
Facts, bro. Job 20:15. He hath swallowed up down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
And how you gonna vomit all them riches up again? Vomiting is a violent reaction. So you're gonna be violent. You're gonna violently give up them riches, man. How you gonna violently give them riches? You're gonna get your ass beat, and it's gonna be taken from you. You know, and That's how you're gonna give up them riches, man. You're gonna get your ass beat. You're gonna get your ass whipped. You're gonna get put in slavery, and you're gonna have to dig and give up them riches, man. Dig whatever you got them riches hit at, whatever that deep underground vault you got, all them rubies and all them precious metals, all the copper, everything you got that's precious, man, is gonna give you got to give it up, man. You're gonna violently give it up at that too, man. Just like it says in the scriptures.
It says, and he shall vomit them up again, the Most High shall cast them out of his belly.
Yeah, you gonna be the Most High is gonna cast them out of your own possessions, man. You know? Out of your possession, you're gonna be, just violently beaten and smitten down, man. You ain't gonna have nothing, man. Everything you got is gonna be taken from you violently, and it's gonna be that's transfer of wealth, man. The wealth ain't going nowhere, but it's gonna be transferred from ill dealings. The wealth is gonna be transferred from Esau. It's gonna be transferred from Esau's bitch ass to a righteous kingdom, man. A righteous hand. Yeah, bro.
Okay. It says that's not your demon, right?
No, that's what I thought it was at first, man. I got nervous. I thought it was
verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Yeah, bro. Break it down. That's not how I thought it was.
Okay, yeah, so it says in the fullness of his sufficiency, at the cap of his quote unquote newer order or enlightened utopia, he shall be in strait. He shall be in a position of difficulty by the wicked, which are the laborers in the Hebrew. So we're gonna get this devil, man, when it's time, man. You know,
That's right. When his time is almost up, and he know it. Yeah, bro, you got it. Slap.
It says, when he's about to fill his belly, yo, that's, you know, it's crazy, bro. That's like, when you about to fill your belly, bro, on lunch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's like 12 o'clock is lunch, and 11:58, somebody just come and wreck your whole shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you like, oh,
Like,
I was about to eat. Goddamn.
I was hungry as fuck about to.
I'm about to tear that shit up, man.
Right at 12 o'clock and 11:59.
Motherfucker came and took my shit, man.
That's a spider motherfucker. The most I don't play, bro. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Let me, that's like I read that. Verse 23. When he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Damn.
That's right. And what's that raining upon them? Missiles, that concentrated fire, you know,
Man.
from them chariots, you know. You getting snatched out of the top seat, the top ruling seat, you know, that's offered on this earth. You're gonna be snatched out of that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that means your kingship is gonna be taken straight from you. You're gonna be go from a king to a goddamn peasant, which your name really is. Bawa means peasant, man. You're gonna go back to that peasant state you was in. Yeah, bro.
That's why you had the situation with the beggar,
Mm-hmm.
the rich man and the beggar.
The rich man and Lazarus.
Yeah.
Lazarus. That's representing Jake and Esau and Jake.
Yeah, you know, because Lazarus used to watch him eat at the table and beg for the crumbs, and the position switched so much that he said, man, can you just dip your hand in some water? Which, when you eat in the ancient world, right, we would lean. You would lean to the side, you would eat with one hand and dip your hand in the other. So, just to clean it.
Mm-hmm.
So this dude has been going from eating crumbs to say, damn, can I even get some of the water that you dip your hand with, you know, to wash off the food? Just to get some of that, man.
Shit on me, man.
And then it said that same beggar is going to be sitting with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, that word sit also means to lean.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going from a fucking beggar position to leaning on the right side of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? That's a complete...
Chilling.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm doing your thing, but you gonna be fucked up.
Yeah. We're not gonna be, when it says sit, it don't mean like sitting at a round table, and that's not how they ate in the ancient times. There was no tables. That's how come the scripture says that John was in Yahushua's bosom.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean he was pocketing him in his chest. Because I remember one brother told me that at the time, and I thought that's what it meant. Like he had his head in his actual bosom. No, that word bosom, when it says John was in his bosom, that means John was leaning to him. Like, so if I'm here, the person to this left side will be leaning upon my bosom, but not in my actual chest. You know what I'm saying?
Like sort of like, you know, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because that's how it was. Somebody on the right hand would have the top guest would be on the right of the person, I believe, and then the second top guest would be on the left, because I believe Peter was on his right and then John was on his left. Because depending on where you sit at a banquet, that's where you at rank wise, at the position of this banquet. So you seeing a beggar that was not even at the table going to a higher position,
exactly,
leaning, eating,
drinking, and having a good time
with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Meanwhile, that same rich man is just begging for some of the fucking water you used to wash your hands off with, man.
Sound like trading places. That's a spirit, bro. Sound like trading places,
it's
man.
Not something like it's exactly like
trading places, man.
That's
Whoop
it.
whoop.
That's it.
And now you in that situation of straits, man, which is a position of difficulty, and Jake not, man. You know, we gonna get ours, man, and you gonna get yours.
That's right.
That's just the bottom line, man.
Stone Cold said so.
There's more.
It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
You flee from the iron weapon, which is them nukes, man. Going to these outer space retreats and going to these deep underground bunkers, which you call them dumbs, you know. They're gonna be destroyed, man. You're not gonna flee from the iron weapon, because, you know, I mean, and you may flee from the iron weapon, but guess what? You're gonna be snatched out of that same bunker, and you're gonna be put into slavery, man.
Probably go to the Bermuda Triangle, all these different rare remote places on the earth.
These deep sea. That's why the Most High say you're gonna command the Leviathan to bite your ass, because you're gonna go into them deep underground, them underwater cities you don't create it.
Yeah, because there's certain places, if you go deep enough underwater, you come back up, there's air and everything, caves and all that. You know, they show you that in Aquaman. The dude went super fucking deep, And when he popped back up, he was like in this place where you still had dinosaurs and all that stuff. That stuff exists, man. If you go deep enough and come back up, there's air pockets. But like huge cave, talking about like a huge air cave pocket, but it's surrounded, but above it is water.
I could visualize what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They make movies about it, but that it's not a movie. It's not like a myth. Esau's actually discovered this thing. So you could see the elite saying, look, build me something there. Then where I could go on my high-tech submarine, go down and come back up and wait out this nuclear destruction. But Leviathan is in that area too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And most I gonna command that serpent to whip your ass, man.
Yeah, man. Godzilla.
That's right. That's right, man. Or something more terrifying than Godzilla, because
Godzilla's pretty fucking terrifying.
Hell yeah, he's the king of the monsters.
Yeah, but what didn't Joe speak about that, man? That you have beasts that could spark fire out their mouth, man.
I think so.
What was it? What scripture was that, man? It's either Wisdom of Solomon or Job, but you do have beasts that like a dragon. Somebody got it. Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 8. And there's Job 40. And there's a couple of them.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them, bro.
Let me get Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 8.
That one's good. Yeah, that one's good. Shooting fire out their eyes and shit.
11 and 8. That went straight to it.
That's not that even far-fetched, bro, because you got beasts that can shoot blood out their eyes. You have beasts that can spit like acid, all type of shit, man.
11 and 8, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. If you think about it, bro, there's certain creatures on the earth that have spiritual power, like octopuses, that could shape and, you know what I'm saying?
It says, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 11 verse 8. It says, declaring by that thirst, then how thou had punished their adversaries. All right, that don't go into it. It says,
You got Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 8?
Yeah.
What he put? I think he put something else. He put Wisdom of Solomon. You can type that again. Let me see if I can pull it up. Wisdom of Solomon 11:18.
11:18. So look here. It says, I'm gonna go to 17. For thou almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, one and not, means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts, full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents, of horrible, of scattered smokes, or shooting horrible sparks out of their eyes. Damn.
Yeah. So, yo, bro, you can give me Revelations 4 and 11. You have your Bible?
Yeah.
Revelations 4 and 11, because pretty much angels get about 6,000 years to just create nonstop, and every 1,000 years. After that 6,000 years, they have to rest from it. Just like when you read the book of Genesis. Because creating things is not work for the angels. That's in the book of Sirach.
You said Revelation what?
4 and 11.
4 and 11? Okay.
When the angels create things, it's not considered work for them. Like a Sabbath, you can't work on a Sabbath. But guess what? It's pleasure for them. And you can't have pleasure on the Sabbath. Bring it up, Revelation.
It says, exactly. Revelation chapter 4 verse 11. Thou art worthy, O Lord Yahweh, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are created. They are and were created.
Yeah, so for them it's a pleasure to create things. By the way, the angels act on the behest of the Most High, but when you're creating, it's pleasure. That's how come on that when the Most High said rest, y'all having too much fun now. You can't do this on the Sabbath. So they rest for about 1,000 years, and they repeat this cycle. So for every 6,000 years, there's things being newly created, and for about a period of 1,000 years, or because 1,000 years to us,
it's one day.
1 year to them. They're governed by it's 1 day to them, because in the spiritual world, they don't have the sun and the moon. That's what governs our time, the sun and the moon. That's what makes us know what a day is. But in the spiritual world, there is none of that. All right, at least not to our knowledge. They're governed by something different. But the equivalent of it is 1,000 human years is 1 day. However they govern themselves in the fourth dimension. You know what I'm saying? But going back to the point of creation, they create things for about 6,000 years. They just nonstop, creating, having fun with it. Every now and again, Esau is discovering something new. And for about 1,000 years, they start from that. So you could only imagine the things that, what's that in Sirach 43? It says that we only know about a few of his works. It says that in Sirach 43. And I believe it goes on to say that most of his works are hid. If I see the book, I could tell you. Let me see.
I think it's over here.
No, it's on the bottom over here. That's
It's at 43, right?
oh yeah, 43 is over here, so it should be the like 30ish. This is it. This is it. You can start at like 29. There's another one too in Sirach, the 16th chapter.
Sirach,
where it says Moses' works are hid. Your brothers could find that. That would be awesome.
this is Sirach chapter 43, verse 29.
29?
It's
so like,
29.
right.
It says, the Lord is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can, even yet will he far exceed when ye exhort him, put forth all thy strength, your strength.
It says even yet will he far exceed. So if you're super over righteous and you want to make a video 24/7 for the rest of your life, it still won't be enough. That's what that scripture is saying.
Exactly. It says, when ye glorify, back at 30, when ye glorify the Lord Yahweh, exalt him as much as ye can, for even yet will he far exceed when ye exhort him, put forth
that right there proves
all your strength.
That right there proves you can't leave this truth.
That's right.
You can't say, look, I did this thing 10, 20, 30, 50 years, go it up.
It says, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. It went out?
Oh, look, Zion want to send me something. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
That was the same one?
Yeah.
Okay, you probably sent it to me. I got the text when you got it.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, who have seen him who have seen him that he might tell us, and who can magnify him as he is? Verse 32.
It's impossible. It's impossible enough. It's impossible to do enough shows. It's impossible enough to preach enough. You can't glorify the Heavenly Father enough.
That's right. It says, verse 31. There are yet greater things than these be, for we have seen but a few of his works.
Yeah, we have seen but a few of his works. And I believe it's Sirach, the 16th chapter. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find it, brother.
Right.
That it says that Moses' works are hidden, man. So you have creatures like Leviathan. We already know that you have the dinosaurs that are still around. But you have like dragons, all type of stuff, man.
It's like, and to prove that, why you get that, and to prove that, you got uncharted earth that has not been discovered by Esau. Esau has not yet stepped foot on that land, man. It's uncharted, man. You see certain parts on a map, it's not written on. Know what I mean? It's totally dark, and that's a part of the earth, man. So therefore, there are hidden things that has not yet been discovered in this earth. So so when you got a hidden land or a hidden part of the section of the earth, then there's beast that has not been explored, or there's beasts that has not been named yet. They probably ferocious.
I got it.
Yeah, bro.
Sirach 16 and 20. No heart can think upon these things worthily, and who is able to conceive his ways? It is a tempest which no man can see, for the most part of his works are hid.
That's right. No man can think upon all the infinite, unsearchable power of the Most High. For he is infinite, man. The infinite, unsearchable power of Yahweh.
So there's more things hid from us than we know.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
The Most High is constantly doing things behind the scenes that man can't comprehend. It's so good. That man can't comprehend, man.
That's right.
And you know what? The Most High gets pleasure out of doing so. It's in fact his glory. I'm going to go ahead and bring out that precept.
Okay, that's right.
This is Proverbs. The Most High loves secrets. That's how come Esau be biting. This is Proverbs 25 and 2. It is a glory of the Most High to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out the matter. And the ultimate proof on that is the Most High, Yahweh, gave his son Yahushua everything, but not everything. He didn't tell him when he was going to come back.
That's right.
So he kept a secret to himself. So it shows you the Most High, he just likes it. That's something that he glories in, because that gives me knowing something that you don't. It's like, and Esau tried to emulate that all the time.
And also, when Ezra was writing down certain things, also when John was writing down, he told him, don't write this down, man.
Word.
So don't, even though I showed you it, don't write it, man.
Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody what I told you, what I showed you.
Yeah.
But write this down and keep this. Don't write that down. You know what I'm saying? That's secrets. You know?
He kind of gets excited about like, look, I ain't gonna tell nobody. Like, you know, nobody know that's how the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what make you much more wiser than the next person, because you know something that this person don't know. You know, and that's how the Illuminati and that's how the international bankers, or the ones that call themselves the Illuminated ones, that's how they get down.
They're not the real Illuminated ones.
Of course not. Who's the real Illuminated one, man?
I'm gonna get it for you.
We gonna bring it out, man.
Ecclesiasticus 25:11, I believe. It says, but
real quick. That's why I said they call themselves the Illuminated ones, but they're not the true Illuminated ones,
they're
man.
not, bro. They're not even. Oh, what is it says? Knowledge is not wisdom. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Sirach 25:11. It says, but the love of the Lord passeth all things for illumination.
But
so
the love of the but you got it.
You got it, bro. It says Sirach 25:11. But the love of the Lord passeth all things for illumination. So the love of the Lord passes Illuminati.
That's right.
What you think yourself is just having a true light, you don't have the true light.
You have darkness.
You have darkness, man. Hold this real quick, brother, because these precepts are coming to my head right now, so I kind of want to let them off. That goes perfectly with Proverbs 6:23, man.
That's right.
They don't have no fucking, you know what I'm saying? The knowledge that they have is just wickedness, man. And the Most High gave them that knowledge. You know what? The scripture says, thou art wiser than Daniel, which is true. Daniel can't take apart a nuclear missile, right? But Daniel has more understanding. Daniel understands you don't fuck with the Most High. He so don't understand that.
You don't. That's right. Daniel know that the Most High will whoop your ass, man.
Yeah. That's why with all I get is you got to get understanding.
That's right.
Daniel had greater understanding than this devil, man.
And great fear of the Lord.
Exactly.
But Esau don't have great fear of the Lord. That's why he lack wisdom. He lack understanding.
He lack understanding.
That's right. Because
he's wise to do evil, though.
That's right.
Much. This is Proverbs 6:23. Let's see if I can find it. For the commandment is a lamp. So that's the light right there.
That's right.
That's the true illumination. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
That's right. The commandments of the Lord says the commandments of the Most High is a lamp, and the law is light, man. So the law of the Most High is going to shine forth, and the law of Esau is darkness, man. That's what it is, darkness, man. It's void of light, have no light to it, man. Even though Esau call themselves the light bearers, but they're the light bearers on the left hand side, man.
The scriptures call them light bearers.
But that's right. But guess what? Yahushua is called Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? He's the bearer of light. He's a bright and morning star. So guess what? You have the light, but on the left hand side, but you still worshiping the Lord, man. Now how stupid you Edomites are, man. You ain't that wise because you're worshiping the Most High, but on the left hand side. Now dig that.
Which the left hand side is the Most High.
Exactly. The Most High controls both sides of the spectrum. The dual nature of the Most High. So what are you doing? You're not that wise, man. You're wise in your own conceits.
This one Edomite, he had a quote. I think it was Lenin or Churchill. He said, to control the opposition, you have to be the opposition. Esau does that. They play both sides. But who did they get that from?
That was Lenin.
Right. But who they get that from?
Most High.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why they got that God-like complex, man. They want to be like God. And they tell you that in the scriptures, man. I should be like the Most High. You know, because you feel you have all these secrets and you feel that you can control the elements, you know what I'm saying? And you have reached a certain height in your rulership. No other rulership. That's why Esau was so proud with that God-like mentality, because no other nation or empire that ever ruled on earth ever went up into the stars, man.
And no other empire has been bold enough to say, look, I'm gonna fight against the Most High himself and his son.
And no other empire have ever blasphemed the Lord and put themselves out as the Lord, man. And took down a true
I mean, they did that.
I mean,
they call themselves gods of the universes and shit.
I mean, but I'm talking about, but there was always statues of Yahushua as being his true color, who he was, man.
Right.
No nation ever did that, man. Esau did it though, man.
Right.
That's what I meant by that, you know.
It says, Proverbs 6:23, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
That's right. And reproof and proof of instruction. All the instructions you need is written in these scriptures, man. And that's the way of life, man. Everything you need to know and how to live is manifested in these scriptures, man. But most I gotta give you understanding. You know?
You get that then. Proverbs 4:7 then.
That's right.
This is Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs 4:7. It's church. That's what I used to talk. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing.
Wisdom is the principal thing in life, man. Wisdom, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding these scriptures, man. You know, the laws, the laws that comes from out of these scriptures, man. You know, the high holy days, observing them to the best of your ability in this society. That's the principal thing. Wisdom is the principal thing in this life, man. Go ahead, bro.
Therefore, get wisdom, and with all that getting, get understanding.
Therefore, in all the wisdom that you're getting, all the wisdom you're getting, man, you have to have some understanding on what you involved with, man. If not, you're gonna be just totally bugged out, man. You gotta have understanding of the wisdom that you're obtaining, man. You know, you can't just get wisdom but don't have an understanding of it, man. You gotta get an understanding, and that's gonna make you grounded. Yeah, bro.
Thanks. That's it.
That's it. So, you know, I mean, you want to continue on? You got any more things?
No, I think 2 hours is good enough, bro.
Okay, come.
Yeah,
That was 2 hours?
It says a minute, hour and 50.
Yeah, I see it.
minutes.
Yeah, I didn't even know we was going. We say that long,
I mean,
but it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, even when we went 6 hours, you brought out the scripture, man. It still won't be enough for the Lord, man.
That's right,
we
man.
just wanted the spirit. We didn't even know how long it was going to be. We just knew it was going in the spirit.
Yeah, you know.
The point has been made, man. Brothers, this coronavirus is complete bullshit. It's a guise to cover what they're really doing, which is false martial law drills. They're using it to cover the fact that this dollar is collapsing by the second. All right, that this place is heavy laden with debt. And ultimately, it's going to come to a point, look, you can't fake it anymore, man. There's going to be actual martial law in the drill. There's going to be actual pestilence where you see people dropping and dying before you. And I'm going to close out by saying, before this bitch collapse, get as much money as you can out this shit before the law come, man.
That's right.
Shit, bro.
You know something? There's nothing wrong with having a little money in your pocket, man. You know, and buying the things you want to buy. You know what I'm
just
saying?
don't fall in love with the shit, man.
Exactly, man. Because money is a defense.
Yeah, but the love of that shit is the root of all evil.
That's right. But I'm gonna say this too. You know, with all this right here going down, I mean, this could be them deploying the UN troop, not UN troop, deploying the boots on the ground, the National Guard, because the stock market is teetering to the point they don't want to panic. Because when you have a panic, people run to the bank at the same time, fighting everything. Look at history always somewhat repeats itself. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened in 1929.
If that happens, then they're gonna have to have the safety nets because niggas gonna be jumping out them.
And that's why.
Jumping out the.
That's right, and that's why they're gonna have the
higher levels of emotion.
Exactly. That's why you're gonna have boots on the ground, man, because they want to control the violence. And that's why, you know, police is gonna have to play a major part in this. But they don't even know. I seen it went off.
No, it's good.
I saw like a cartoon where they had at the Monopoly, the bankers at the Monopoly had to, and
you know that's the actual dude. That's based on the actual dude. I forgot his name. Go ahead, brother.
And they had the police guarding the banks. You know what I'm saying, and making sure they keep order, right? And then one of the guys with the top hat on was like, "Wait till the police find out we stole their money too. Then they're gonna be too happy." Yo, and they was laughing all the way to the bank, the international bankers. They was laughing, and they was leaving the bank like, you know, with all the, you know, they had the money bags in their hand, right? And symbolic that they got the money. And then one of the guys that's with them was like, when police find out, when the police find out that we had that their money's been taken too, stolen too, they're gonna be in the same boat. Yeah. Something to that effect. They don't realize they're in the same situation as the people they guarding the money from.
You gotta remember, Satan is divided, because even when the Federal Reserve when the Federal Reserve Bank was established, it was actually the third attempt of them trying to create a central bank, because the first one was called the Bank of America from Britain, right? And you had guys like Andrew Jackson, these different guys that tried to get rid of it, because they was like, no, our money has to be backed by. They wanted to use silver because they said gold would put them in a restraint, which it would. You know what I'm saying? So you had the Masons going against the quote-unquote Illuminati. Esau was going against himself. So
exactly.
And they tried it again, and it didn't hit. And the third attempt, they said, look, we're not going to call it the Bank of the American anymore, because that's going to get them put eyes on us. We're going to call it the Federal Reserve,
which is not but a central bank.
It's a third bank. It's a third, whatever the fuck the feds call it, you know? It's that same centralized debt bank system, man. And there's only a few countries that don't have that. And guess what? Iran. Who else? All them countries that was on PNAC, I believe all of them. And Russia has their own central bank. So there's different countries that have their own central bank that these Rothschilds want to own. If the Rothschilds don't have their hands on it, they want it. They're gonna come for it.
You see, real quick, Elder Tazaiwan sent us this photo, right? And it's from the Dean Koontz book. Now I done read a couple of his books. I mean, he dealt with conspiracy theories and all that. It's called The Eyes of Darkness. If you brothers can see it.
What it say? Just tell them what it say.
It says
Go ahead. Try again.
It's called The Eyes of Darkness. There we go.
You see it?
A little somewhat, yeah. It's called the Eyes of Darkness, and this is one of the quotes that it says in it. It says, in around 2020, a severe ammonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and the bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. Almost more baffling but befalling than all illness itself will be the fact that it will be suddenly vanish as quickly as it arrived, attack again 10 years later, and then disappear completely.
That right there proves it's not a real virus.
Exactly.
You
It's all
can't time a
orchestrated,
virus, man. You can't say, look, virus coming. You're not the most side, man. You know what I'm saying?
See, but the Most High is using Esau to bring these biological lab created diseases. You know what I'm saying? Because why? He's dealing with Esau, but on the left hand side. Li Chin. That's one of the. Remember I was saying about Li Chin, the Li family?
Yeah, the crypto Jews.
Yeah. Wuhan. It says Li Chin. They called the stuff Wuhan 400 because it was developed out of RDNA labs.
Wuhan. Didn't it come out of Wuhan, China?
Yeah, outside of the city of Wuhan, and it was the 400th viable strain of man-made microorganisms created at the Wuhan 400 at the research center. Wuhan 400 is a perfect weapon. It affects only humans, beings no other living creature can carry it, and like syphilis, Wuhan 400 can't survive outside a living human body no longer than a minute, which means it can't permanently contaminate objects, entire places, the way anthrax and other virulent microorganisms can. And when
the United States has been doing this for a very long time. You have something called Operation Paperclip.
That's right.
Operation Paperclip, when the United States defeated Germany, they took all their top scientists that were working on biochemical warfare. And one of those scientists is where you get the sarin gas from. His name is something sarin. Sarin gas? It comes from him. Yeah. And so to create biological and chemical weapons, didn't they do the same thing with syphilis? Or so,
of course, yeah, the
Tuskegee
experiment,
meaning
the Philadelphia experiment when they were using prisoners.
Yeah, they're trying to use ethnically created biological weapons that can only target certain ethnicities. You know what I'm saying?
Bring forth ethnic cleansing.
They've been working on that shit for a very long time, man.
So why is it in the Dean Koontz book? The Wuhan 400. Why is it in the Dean Koontz book, man? Why? Because it's been created, and Dean Koontz perhaps is one of the insiders that know what's going on, man. Everything is of the law, but guess what? These Edomites, they have everything in order, man. They smart, and they doing everything. And this is and them demons on the left hand side that's helping them, because that's why they sacrifice to them demons, man. And give blood sacrifices, because why? Them demons require a blood sacrifice in order for them to obtain their power and their riches and their wealth, So not knowing that everything is coming from the Lord, but on the left hand side. So y'all actually worshiping the Lord, but on the left hand side. Y'all don't know that though. That's how dumb Esau is, man.
It's funny when you think about it, bro.
Yeah, when you think about it, when you
say it's not very, it's not, it might sound deep, but like picture you ever see them ventriloquist people that they have the puppet in their hand?
Yeah, and they speaking.
Yeah, but sometimes they have the puppet talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck you, nigga. They have them. Fuck you, nigga. Mm-hmm. That's what the Most High is doing with Esau. Have the Most High have the puppet telling him, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And talking shit to Most High. Yeah, the Most High like, okay, putting the string in his back, making him do certain things. Yeah. Hey, I gotta say, hey, when you look up necromancy and
necromancy?
soothsaying, it's gonna say ventriloquism.
Yep.
Soothsaying, ventriloquism, when the witch of Endor, when she conjured up Samuel,
mm-hmm.
Samuel was speaking through her, so she was like, I don't know if King Saul heard Samuel's voice, do her, but he was speaking through her.
I mean, well, I can't speculate that.
I'm just saying,
But look, man, conjuring up people from the dead, as they would say, is not out of the realm of the scriptures, man. A part of witchcraft is, of course, repetition. That's the main part of witchcraft. Play a song long enough, people will like it. Put messages in it, people will start to repeat it and act it out. But you know when you see them doing shit like you see like that old lady with a cat, add one eyeball of this, right? It's kind of over dramatized, but even that's in the scripture.
Okay.
Because what did Raphael tell Tobit? Get this gall, put that plus this scent.
Doesn't want to chase away the demon.
That was on the right hand side of it. But there's ways to put up this scent, that to bring them in.
To invoke them.
Yeah, so they'll say things like, fuck this animal in the ass and fuck this person in the ass and put blood and all sick shit. And guess what? That demon will come.
And that's what
Eminem said. That Eminem said there's 7. That song Dead and Wrong. He was like, there's 7 different levels of devil worshiping, human. He was like, horses' heads, human sacrifices, animals, and having sex with them. He was rapping it with Biggie. Then they was talking about how demonic it gets, but he was like, there's 7 different levels of devil worshiping.
And that's what, you know what? Now he said that.
He nigga said cannibalism. He's like, I don't get it. He's like, I don't get into that no more. I kick the habit. You know what I'm saying? So there's things that these people do, these so-called Satanists, that just like how Tobit was told, get the gall off here and put this dung and put it on his eye. They'll say, okay, what things like this bitch, they call it spiritual
Spirit cooking.
Spirit cooking. It's the same thing you read about in Tobit, but on the left-hand side. Instead of putting these particular things together for a righteous act, you can put them together to maybe just like pharmaceutical drugs.
That's right. That's a form of witchcraft.
That's a perfect form of it. You take it, but the different chemicals that you add, it may cause blindness. Severe. It's not. It may cause blindness. It was created to cause you blindness.
It was created to bring side effects.
Exactly.
Now, when you look into Aleister Crowley, you know, when he said that he snatched out a demon. He invoked the demon.
You gotta bring out a scripture too, bro. Because we speaking shuffling out a wish to live.
Yeah.
We can't just be rambling.
Okay.
I don't know off top.
That was
If brothers know what it all is, you can just put it.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. That's in Leviticus, I think.
Because that's all it is, witchcraft, man.
Exactly.
You guys let me know.
I think go to Leviticus, the 15th chapter should tell you in here. It got 11. It shows you when you.
But is Leviticus 15?
It has to be Leviticus. Let me see, but it show you like witches and all that. Tell you right here. You know, I give you the chapter.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, basically, you know, witchcraft.
Everybody got it?
Anybody got it? Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
You got the Strongs in the back of your Bible? I'll find it. I'll find it, bro.
Because, you know, witchcraft is a part of Esau's technique that he used, man, to bewitch the people, you know? These people have not a clue. The reason why these people walking around with tight pants on and being homosexuals, they bewitched through the media. Because the real trendsetter is the media. The real trendsetter is when these elites tell these rappers and these
That's why we're not wearing fanny packs and snapbacks.
Right.
Because it's not on TV.
Exactly. So, you know, when Esau want to set up, want to bring forth an agenda.
Got it. Exodus 22:18.
Because he goes to these elite rappers like Jay-Z and all the rest of like Jay-Z. What's his name? The Big Bad.
Jay-Z. You have Dwayne Wade, Rick Ross.
Yeah.
A lot of them also are members of the Council of Foreign Relations.
Okay.
Yeah, Exodus 22:18.
Yeah,
Dwadak. So Exodus chapter 22. Salakia. Exodus 22 verse 18.
Salakia.
I got quarantined now, brother. Exodus 22:18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, man. And Esau using all kind of witchcraft on the people to bewitch the people. So therefore, he himself is going to get put to death. He's the ultimate witch, man. You got them witches in water. We did the Council of 13 is all about. Those a bunch of witches that consult with that the Rothschilds consult with. You know what I'm saying? That who they fuck with and who they get their information from. You know what I'm saying? And they get them demons and them witches to sacrifice to them demons out there, man. And that's how they maintain their wealth. And then them demons in turn tell the Council of 13 the instructions to give to the Rothschilds, man, which is the top fucking family of the earth, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Those demons work on you if you're not in the truth.
Exactly.
I mean, they fuck with you in the truth, But Psalms 34:7, the Most High got a hedge, so they'll play you a little bit, but they ultimately can't do anything outside the realm of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a hedge around you when you're in this thing, but once you
protected.
Yeah, but once you leave it, you lose that hedge and you're susceptible to anything. That's how come you see people become more crazy out of the truth than in it, man.
That's right. You know, being in this truth, man, have kept me sound, man, for these years, man. You know, and
Shalom, bro. Shalom.
It's shalom. It's a beautiful thing, man. You know, because this truth can sustain you, but also can bug you out, man. If you're not in the right state, you know what I mean? If you're not,
it's a trap.
It's right, man.
It could be a snare and a trap. This Bible could really ultimately lead to your damnation, and it's a scary thought, but it's the truth, man.
And that's why King David said, let this be a snare to them in a trap. A trap. Let this be a snare to them. Mm-hmm. Let this table, which is these scriptures, be a snare to them, man. You know, because why? You know, if you're not right, you know, hey, man, that's why all these pork chop preachers like Creflo Dollar and all them, this is a snare to them, man. You know, because they have the scriptures.
And their congregation, bro.
And their congregation, yeah, but they got the scriptures. Then you got certain men that know that they're Israelites, you know, certain groups that's using the scripture. So you have the scriptures, but it has become a trap unto them, man. You know, and that's just how it is, man. What you looking for? You got it?
No, I see there's any more about the witch not living.
Mm.
Oh, I found it. 1 Samuel 28:3-10. That was, yeah, that's the
decree that King Saul put that decree up.
Put the decree out and went ahead and broke it, the decree in his own damn self, man.
He disguised himself as if Samuel wasn't going to know that was him, you know? He conjured up Samuel, man. Yeah, divination.
He went to the prophet, didn't get an answer. He went to the Yom and Thurim, didn't get an answer. Prayed, didn't get an answer. But that was your answer.
That the Most High wasn't answering. So that means you knew.
That's the answer, bro.
You praying and the Most High not answering you. That's your answer, man.
And he going, yo, the nigga looking right at you like this. That's your answer, bro.
That's right. Yeah, I'm not trying to hear you.
I'm not trying to fuck with you. The nigga went the extra mile, man.
He went the extra mile because I feared, because I was in distress because of the Philistines are upon me. And guess what? Samuel told him, tomorrow, you and your sons going to join me, you know? And the next day, him and his sons died, man. You know, him and Jonathan, but Jonathan was close to King David, you know?
Yeah.
But hey, man, that was the will of the Most High, you know?
And Saul came back and did the same disobedient shit.
Yep.
And you know, he's gonna be right in the kingdom, but you know, it shows you, man. We just come and repeat our lots oftentimes again, man.
That's right. Same spirit, different body, man.
That's
you know?
History repeats itself, man.
That's
it's a circle of life, as they said in that movie Lion King. It's a circle. Oh, matter of fact, since I said that, let me get another scripture. Let me get this apocrypha real quick.
The circle of life, yeah, I know.
The circle of life. That's 2 Ezra 5:42.
I think so.
That should be it.
I got another apocrypha. That one this beat up. You know what I mean? Bad.
Yo, man, it's kind of. I haven't used an actual book in a minute, bro. I've just been using my phone. This is 2 Ezra 5:42. It says, "And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment onto a ring." And what's a ring? It's a circle. It's a perfect circle. That's how the Most High's judgments work. You know, it gets played over and over and over again. So that's why the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophets, and the spirit of the false prophets is subject to the false prophets. You can't really get mad at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because them niggas is appointed to be false prophets. You know, that's what they were meant to do.
That's why I don't get, you know, before that, I used to get mad. Like when I saw that video with General Yohana, it got me mad for a second.
It does sometimes, you know?
With the ISP UPK, when they did that to the brothers in Pittsburgh, it got me mad.
The John the Baptist stuff always pisses me off, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It got me upset, but then I had to use wisdom and be spiritual. These dudes are set up to do this, man.
Yeah. Even if they don't know it.
They deceive, and they're deceived by the Most High. So you deceive it, thinking you're doing it by you coming down to the brothers' camp and, you know, over speaking them and using thug tactics. You know what I'm saying? And 1980 tactics, like, this is my block. You know, this is my block now. You can't make no money over here no more. This is my block.
ICBK make GMS run off the block.
I'm saying you can't teach on this block, but this is our block. This is our corner. They were using skullduggery tactics. They were using tactics.
Niggerish movements.
Yeah,
man.
They were using tactics like, you know, based upon what them gangbangs was doing in the 80s, man. That's what it seemed like to me. You know, it's crazy. You know, so you got it, bro.
Finish it up. It says, "Shalom to all the brothers, man." I think that's Ariella.
Yeah.
No, I read somebody else about these. It says, I will liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness to the first.
Huh.
Yeah, circle of life, man.
That's right.
Man. Spirits coming in and out the spiritual world
That's right.
at a perfect rhythm, man. So when somebody dies and you're all weeping and no, man, that person's at peace. Now that person, the baby is coming in to serve his hell. Out here in this.
And you know, the crazy thing is, right? You know, I mean, you go into your emotion, you feel by emotions when a loved one that you was close with died, and you, after a while, man, you become comforted because you know that he's comforted, she's comforted, you know, and she's not suffering no more, he's not suffering no more. And it says in the scriptures, it says, death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
It's true.
So you see, you want that person to be alive but suffering and going through a bitter life because they're suffering, or you want them to be at peace, man.
The death.
You know?
You know what, bro? And we had mentioned the different animals representing different levels of wisdom. And at the top, you have the dragon. And what makes a dragon superior above all those previous mentioned beasts was their cruelty. And this truth definitely makes you cold. You know, I be losing family members, and I'm like, I have like a cold look to the outside world, but really I understand, I'm like, damn, this person just got lucky. You know what I'm saying? That's like a cruel mindset in the eyes of this world. But when you have the understanding, you know, it kind of makes it, you know, you lose your brother, you're not showing up to the funeral, and people don't even get why, man, this nigga's cold. But really, when you have understanding, you have like this dragon-like mentality where like you understand, you know, when people don't understand the truth, they come across as cold, man.
That's right.
You hear people dying and you cutting ass, pop someone just died and everybody's mourning while we making jokes about them. Because we understand the situation.
I must have called me a cold-hearted bastard. You know why? Because you know how I react to certain things. Like when some little kid got hit by a bus, baby was like 3 years old, and he ran in the street right on Webster Avenue. This is like 2 years ago, almost close to 2 years ago, and the baby got hit by a car, by the bus, you know. And my nieces and my sisters was on, you know, we had a group chat. But I had them take me out. They took me out anyway because I was bringing in I was saying cool shit to them, like, I prayed whoever perished being innocent, you know. And I was bringing out scriptures because
that's the dragon of the.
They claim to be Bible thumpers, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit them with these scriptures. They're gonna read them, and then I brought out 1 Samuel 2:6, the Most High killeth for the Most High maketh for alive. And they was like, oh, I can't understand. I must have like, I don't know how can you be so cold? You know, the Most High don't kill. Then I brought out this. You know,
1 Samuel 2:6.
1 Samuel 2:6. Then it was like, damn. Then I brought out Deuteronomy 32 and 39. You know, they was like, whoa. I didn't even know that was in the Bible.
You done with that, Isaiah? I create evil in
yeah, I told him that too. I hit him up, and then she was like, you cold-hearted bastard, and they took me out of the chat.
If you can't grasp the cruelty of the Bible, then you can't obtain that dragon-like level of wisdom, man. I mean, shit, man. The same person. This is the same power that killed everything on Earth. And only left 8 souls and a few animals.
So the Most High's cruel.
Very cruel.
That's right. Terrible. You know. But guess what?
That's that wisdom.
He do what he want, man. He do what he want, when he want, and how he want, man. And no one can say anything about him. You know what I'm saying? Anything against him. The Most High does everything, man. Because he got that infinite, unsearchable power. You can't search out his ways. You can't try to comprehend the ways of the highest. Because you're gonna bug yourself out, man.
That cruelty, if you have it now, is gonna benefit you when all hell breaks loose, because you're gonna see mothers crying, their babies being ripped for them and eaten alive. And you're gonna have that cruelty to just keep it pushing. You're not gonna feel any way about it. Look, I got shit to do, you know. That's gonna save you, because sometimes, just like they show you in the book of Eli, you're gonna have bitches that's faking shit just to set you up and kill you. So when you have the cruelty level of the wisdom, it's really gonna benefit you in the end, man. You know.
Even that movie, The First Purge, when the other drug dealer sent 2 chicks, you know, to kill that dude, and he found out that he was like, who sent you? You know what I mean? He beat the shit out them bitches, and he didn't kill them though, but he made them tell who the hell sent them, and then he went and killed them in front of them. You know what I mean? And let them go.
You're gonna have a cold mindset in the sense that, you know, you see family members and loved ones might be being slaughtered before you.
I can't help you.
Look, if you take this ship, we won't kill your next person. You go, well, you know.
And they making you the ultimatum. Listen, you see this, you see your cousin, right? You see your sister, she gonna get her head popped off, you know what I'm saying? Or chopped off, if you don't take this chip. Then I tell her, like But
the emotional ones that don't have that cruelty and cold heartedness, that comes with it.
They're gonna take the chip.
They're gonna give in.
But just like the mother the mother and the 7 sons. She
That's
said,
what I was thinking about,
that's the spirit, bro.
That's the spirit, bro. I was thinking about them, bro, but I just didn't say it. Go
yeah,
ahead.
because the most the mother told the last son, please don't sell out to this guy so I can receive you again in the kingdom. You know,
Boom.
you know. So I'm gonna see you. Listen, I'm not taking this shit. So listen, if they put you to death, I'm gonna see you again in the kingdom. You always gonna be my sister.
Right.
You know, we got the same father. You know what I mean? You always gonna be my sister. So I'm gonna see you in the kingdom. I'm gonna see you in the next life.
Somebody from the outside looking in is gonna be like, damn, that's cold.
That's a cold-hearted. I'm not taking it. You know.
Yeah, but that's the wise thing. That's that next level of wisdom.
And she might be looking at me crying, saying, please take it.
Just
Listen,
take it.
I see you in the next life. I love you. Boop, that's it. That's it.
Hey,
and then
man,
they may
Ishmael
put me to
do that
death,
shit,
man.
bro. Ishmael be doing that shit. Ishmael be blowing himself up for some goddamn fairy tale.
Yeah. But, yo, listen, but we ain't believing in no fairy tale. This is reality,
Yeah.
man. This is spiritual and this is dead serious, man.
I'm saying,
fuck was that
I'm
about?
just saying to compare that, man. A fairy tale to the actual living power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man.
Yeah, come. And these people, they gone, man.
Mm-hmm.
They gone, man.
Yep. I think that's enough, bro.
Yeah, that's enough. We went above it. Remember, that's a spirit, man. We started bringing up more scriptures, you know.
Most I gave the show more life, man.
That's right.
More life, man.
But it's all
Hey,
good. We
fuck
could
it,
be.
man. Ain't no work.
We could be. Hey, they sent me home, man, today,
You
man. I
getting
was
paid for it or
pissed,
what?
man. I don't know yet. I got fucked out, man. I should be able to.
Oh, my shit closed off, man. Give me a week off from work.
I should be able to. I got sick days. I got personal leaves, but
Man,
that's my sick
I
days.
hope my job is closed, bro.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, my shit is probably not closed.
Nah, but yo, they might be because it was lines and lines to get into BJ's and down. They might not have no food there, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So I mean, you may get them. So you may.
Yo, we getting fucking, motherfucking. We get like 20 fucking Cloroxes and shit is gone, bro.
They sent me home. I was like, what? You could have called me and told me that shit. You called me the other day. Had me go to
Hey, well, fuck it. The grinding shall cease,
Yeah, hell
man.
yeah, man.
Ecclesiastes, man. All
That's right. That's in the
grinding
scriptures,
shall
man.
cease, man. So that scripture's being fulfilled right
Hey,
now.
people are not showing up, right, bro? This how they did me, right? People was not showing up. So my nephew usually call me with a private number, block number, right? So I got a block number, and it was my supervisor over me. He was like, "Yo, we lacking manpower, and you open, and you was allowed, and you knew that you had to." That we need you here, we're gonna see you there. We need you a supervisor. I'm like, okay. So they sent me to I had Shamar. Shamar drove me over there to Hunts Point in Baldock Market, the trucking company. I was over there. I had to train this guy, you know, to use the electrical forklift, you know what I mean? And the wrap, the paper wrapping thing, you know what I mean? To wrap the
wrap?
yeah, the strip, but yeah, to wrap the stuff, the cargo.
Yeah.
So I had to train him to do that. But he used how can I say like he supplanted me because my daughter, because he called on a block number and he was telling me that everybody was not answering his phone. Everybody, all the other supervisors was answering the phone because you don't have to answer the phone after you off work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking this is my nephew calling me. If I would have sold his number, I wouldn't have answered either. He blocked it. You know what I mean? He blocked it up. When I picked it up,
Jinx
I was like,
schemy, bro.
shit.
Jinx is real schemy.
I was like, fuck, man, this motherfucker had me. You know what I mean? Now I gotta go over there. Me and Shamar was gonna hang out, but he wound up, you know what I'm saying, dropping me over there and shit. You know what I mean? I had to do 5 hours, man. I got up at 12, man. I was sick, man.
Yeah,
Then I had to get up and go to work early in the morning again, bro.
That's some shit, brother.
Yeah.
All right, hey, look, here you go. Up.
Hey, bro.
We're gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Kodash. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone Shuvel. Salutations to hopefully elect out there. You Akim to Zadakim that do sing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Hey, till next time, Shalom. Well, death to America.
Death to America. Yeah, man.